Welcome to the Morphin Grid. So I'm calling from the grid, it's time to fight. Alpha 5 is freaking out, aye tonight. The Theta Ranger, cosmic power in his hand, analyzing movies while defending the land. He's the geeky hero with the brain so strong, breaking down the lore while he's morphing along. From sci-fi to comics, he theorizes it all, but when monsters attack, he answers the call. From the Morphin Grid, a power cosmic flows, the sword is rising up and Golden's going toe-to-toe. Sworder's watching through the glow, guiding him to fight. Welcome to the Morphin Grid, where Rangers shine so bright. Where Theta's scheming, making monsters grow, but Theta's got his intellect, he's stealing the show. With his Theta sword stomping 20 stories tall, no putty patrol or sorcery can make him fall. He dissects tropes with his mighty mind, a warrior for nerds, one of a kind. But when the grid's in peril, he steps away, from analyzing trilogies to saving the day. Through the Morphin Grid, the power surges high. Theta Ranger takes a stand, no monster will get by. Alpha stops Theta, hurry up, the Earth's under attack. Welcome to the Morphin Grid, there's no turning back. Zed sends his beast, Golder leads the charge, but Theta's bladed and wits leave him fully discharged. Cosmic energy flows from his morphing coin. When chaos erupts, the Theta Ranger joins. The viewing globe reveals a city in flames, monsters growing bigger, but it's all the same. The sword comes alive and the battle is won. Theta Ranger's legacy has only just begun. To the Morphin Grid, a power cosmic flows, the sword is rising up and Golder's going toe-to-toe. Sworder's watching through the glow, guiding him to fight. Welcome to the Morphin Grid, where Rangers shine so bright. Now the grid's at peace for now, it seems. Theta Ranger scheming nerdy dreams, analyzing films, comic shows on the side, but he's always ready for the next grid ride. Welcome to the Morphin Grid. Welcome to the Morphin Grid. Theta Ranger, welcome home. Now the grid's at peace for now, it seems. Theta Ranger scheming nerdy dreams, analyzing films, comic shows on the side, but he's always ready for the next grid ride. Welcome to the Morphin Grid. Welcome to the Morphin Grid. Theta Ranger, welcome home.
Welcome to the Morphin Grid, everybody. This is a Transformers stream that I have been looking forward to for months now, and apologize for that alert, that stupid damn alert.
I thought it was my computer.
Yeah, I've been looking forward to this for months now. I've been hoping that this was going to be something that we could do this year for the 40th anniversary of Transformers, and Rob Wright just happened to contact me on a day where everybody seemed to just be in the right place at the right time, and we're going to get this party started talking about G1. I made a theory video earlier today. Well, I've had a video in the works. I've had a script written, and I've been working the past 2 days trying to get that video fixed. And unfortunately, the audio is a little off, and I'm going to have to re-upload it. But other than that, the theory is still there. I probably need to do a little rework on the audio re-vocalize my parts and stuff to kind of emphasize and hit the jokes a little bit better. It's my first theory video, so kind of take it easy on me. But I do have a lot more theory videos in the works. But first, we are going to introduce the panel. Thank you so much, Rob Wright, the collector himself. We're going to be battling for our collections and see who's got the better collection. I have a feeling it's going to be a tie, but here we go. It is Rob Wright from Pop Culture Breakdown, the man with Doomcock's ear, and the love of everybody and Jesus himself. It is Rob Wright.
Hey, thank you so much for having me on. Yes, I do have quite a bit of Transformers collection, masterpiece mostly, and I love Transformers. I grew up with it as a kid, so I can't wait to talk Transformers with everybody. Thank you so much for having me on your show, Theta Zord. This is great. I love your opening, by the way. Fantastic, dude. You rock.
Dude, thank you so much. I worked really hard. I wrote the lyrics for that actually. I put the lyrics into Sunu and they did the music part of it, but the lyrics, I always write the lyrics myself, or at least 80 to 90% of the lyrics. So I really appreciate that. That means a lot. Next we're gonna get to Diesel, my man. The oh, of course. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Diesel, thank you so much for showing up, man. I really appreciate talking to you. We had a stream before where we talked about the Magic Square Optimus Prime and compared them to all the other Optimus Primes, the MP44, the Transform Element, which I actually am going to bring out in a little bit because I customized it to be in the Skybound comics, where he has Megatron's arm on the left side, has a cannon and everything. It looks so badass. I am so happy with the way it turned out. Diesel, it is the man. Introduce yourself.
Dude, thank you for having me on. This is so cool. Like what Robert said, I've been a fan since 1984, man. I became obsessed with Transformers, and just absolutely love them. And this is so cool to come and talk about this, man. I'm like, dude, I'm like giddy.
Hell
giddy.
yeah.
I'm giddy as a schoolgirl. But
Good.
I love this stuff, man. And like Robert was saying too, like now I'm pretty much mostly masterpiece stuff, man. But I'm telling you, man, I'm gonna have to go take out a loan or sell a kidney or something because that Fans Toys Ultra Magnus.
Oh God, I'm on the fence about that.
That thing is Dreamwave Ultra Magnus, and it's like G1 and Dreamwave. The G1 toy was always a white Prime with armor, and then Dreamwave brought it in there with that one shot when he pops in there in the second of the 6-issue series. Oh, by the way, I got something really cool in the mail.
I actually have something to add to that too. I wasn't going to get myself into the Fans Toys Marge Ultra Magnus, but ever since you started talking about it, I started looking at the comparison videos, and I have to say, man, I am really in on that, man. That looks so pimp, man.
I am sick that I don't have the money for it. And I feel, dude, you know how it is, man, when you're you come obsessed with this stuff. I'm sorry. I don't mean to interrupt, man. I'm excited. This is cool, dude. I like Robert. This is awesome, dude. I live this stuff, man. And it's when I feel like it's going to disappear and I'm not going to be able to get it because it took me so long to find a Road King. And I still, to this day, I should have brought mine out and cleaned it up. But that, I think, is the best Transformer that's ever been made, man. I think that thing is an absolute engineering masterpiece, man.
Oh, wow. You guys speak my language. So first of all, let me just comment on here. I've got it on order. I'm just waiting for TF Source to actually stop.
See, that's where they still have it, man. And I've got to.
I've got a pre-order. I'm waiting for it to arrive. So whenever it does, but I grew up with the 1986 toy. And
Me too.
And it was Magnus, my brother and I did, and it was always so cool that it was, the trailer was kind of like armor for another Optimus Prime.
Exactly. I didn't realize it though. I was too young to actually realize that because I had the white Optimus Prime, and so I just thought I had a white Optimus Prime, and then I never was taught how to transform the trailer. So it was just extra pieces to me. I think I was maybe 4 or 5 at the time when I got it. and so I never actually transformed him into Ultra Magnus. And now that I'm looking back, I'm like, oh, I had the pieces all along. I had the helmets, and I was like, where does this helmet go?
See, I don't care what they say. Ultra Magnus, because it was a white Optimus Prime toy, I always felt like he was supposed to be the next leader and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know,
he was.
Yeah, Rodimus Prime can go.
Can we all agree though that can we all agree though that the X Transbots Ultra Magnus is still really, really good though?
Oh, I think it's good. See, the other thing with the fans toys or with the Ultra Magnus that I did as a kid, I pretended he was the Optimus Prime from Return of
Optimus Prime. They had the alloy sprayed on it. I did too.
So I pretend that.
I gotcha.
The problem with that G1 Ultra Magnus, and there's several of the toys that are like that. I watch the cartoon. Yeah, I got Ultra Magnus. I break out the toy and transform it. And it was a giant pile of disappointment. That thing was a brick, and it barely resembled it was that one was one of the ones. That's one like when they get these show accurate Ultra Magnus. I'm just like,
before we get too into this, we still need to introduce Lord Megatron, Stark of Iron, the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that has taken me under his wing and has helped me more than anybody on YouTube and has been my best friend since July 4th. Thank you so much for being here, Stark. You are a man of honor. Even though you are Megatron and you are a Decepticon, I still respect the hell out of you, even though you blew the fuck out of Iacon. Welcome, Tony Stark, Lord Megatron.
Well, Megatron's not going to allow Stark to speak for a while. Yes. Excellent. Now that I have commanded his broadcast wavelength, I and the Decepticons have assumed control!
Thank you so much, man. You are a pleasure to
That's a pretty good Frank. Welcome, Megatron, man. I'm liking that. So we're gonna have to do the one. I'm gonna break out my Unicron and we can do Transformers the movie, dude.
Hell yeah. Dude, Stark has so many voices and personalities in his head. He might as well be schizophrenic.
Nice. I can relate.
Amazing. So, okay, and now let's go through the chat real quick and just welcome everybody. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you, FKHC 2005. You're amazing. I appreciate you being here. Rob Wright, you're in the chat too. Thank you so much for being here. Diesel, thank you so much again. Zach Minger, thank you. I appreciate you being here. And all of you that aren't here yet, or maybe you're rewatching this, thank you so much. Until all are one.
Your Autobot philosophies will not save you here, fleshling.
I don't know. I got the matrix of leadership on my side. What about you? When you had the matrix of leadership, it actually kind of defuncted your abilities. So, but that was
that was Starscream's fault. It's always his fault. No, Megatron, no, silence. I've grown tired of your ineptitude for too long. Megatron, please, so messy.
Dude, thank you so much, Gunner, for being here. I appreciate you taking the time. Yeah, Starscream, his aspirations for leadership, they are null and void. He would never have made it. He barely had it for 15 minutes, and then he got blown away.
Null Ray. It's Null Ray and Void.
Null Ray. There you go. Null Ray and Void. That's perfect.
It's a fusion
cannon. Dude, dude,
I love the freaking description of Megatron. Like it was, he can actually, and they brought it up in the UK Marvel comic. Yeah. Like that took place in between like the American, which is really good. They actually drew them in the first several issues like the toys, which I thought was freaking dope. But Megatron was actually, they show him like, because it had in his tech specs, he can pull energy from a black hole.
Yeah, the fusion cannon is a one-shot kill.
Yeah.
Not any
That's it,
Cybertronian that is hit by it. It's usually toast.
You know what I found is that Wheeljack took down Megatron all by himself.
Oh, Wheeljack. I have a bone to pick with that bot.
Oh, yeah. Dude, fight me about it, man. Wheeljack is the shit.
Wheeljack brought us the worst iterations ever. They're
no,
Dinobots.
dude. Wheeljack is the man. He built the Dinobots with Ratchet. You had to, before that, you had to use Primus or Vector Sigma to be able to build Autobot or Cybertronians in general, and he built them on Earth with Earth parts. He was that he was like the Albert Einstein. He was like the Doc Brown of.
He was always injuring himself from blowing stuff up, though. I love it, man. That was cool.
He did mess up every once in a while.
All of the intelligence in
Doc
that
Brown,
guy's
because Doc Brown made the shot. You know, he made
the dumbest.
He made the helmet that
set
didn't
of
work
robots
and stuff,
ever to grace the battlefield. Okay, the Dinobots are a sin against Vector Sigma. They're a sin against
I refuse.
They were made out of scrap metal from an inferior world by a maniac who was playing God.
If they're scrap metal,
and they're the most some of the most powerful Autobots ever made.
How did they kick so much ass? How did they take out Devastator?
Devastator. That's the only group that could take on Devastator.
Dinobots are the shit. They are not the smartest, but they are the strongest.
Is that Hunk? Does Hunk come with that cannon? That is freaking awesome, dude.
Yep, but Braun took Megatron's gun and shot at him.
Oh, you guys with man,
I got my
you make me so jealous with all this fan stuff. Man, I want everything Fans Toys.
I have every mini bot from Fans Toys. I just
by the way, every argument that I pose is supposed to be 100% Decepticon. I do kind of sort of have a thing for the Dinobots. I like them, but just for the sake of the entertainment, I
gotcha. I can respect that.
You ever seen the
Zeta TF? Thank you so much for showing up.
Dude is here. That's my boy. He is a super cool dude.
All or one.
Yeah.
Hey, check this out, man. I got this in the mail the other day. I got it's my Christmas present to myself.
Oh, cool.
Got a little custom little Optimus Prime card from Don Figueroa.
Beautiful, man. That is awesome.
Dude, it looks, my garbage camera cannot do it justice. This thing looks like it was mass produced or something. I had to look at it in the light to see the ink lines on it, man. That dude is man, I'm telling you.
Hey,
he's my favorite Transformers artist ever, man.
Speaking of Constructicons, we got
Constructicons transform.
Ooh,
Theta says, surrender or perish.
Prepare for extermination.
That is right.
Yeah, I know. You also got freaking Scrapper too. Doggone it.
Oh, you see him over here?
No, you told me about that you had him, and I was like, oh.
I was gonna say
they're all gonna come with bugles too.
But,
are we talking Constructicons here?
I love
we are talking Constructicons.
Okay, so first
I
off,
ended up having to sell my X-Transbots long haul for bills, but this was already paid for, so I got it sent to me.
Yeah,
that thing's big too, isn't it? That Scrapper's pretty big too, and it makes
it is. It's a little bigger than I'd like,
but it makes sense though because the Constructicons are giant industrial equipment. Long haul is one of those giant dump trucks that you see that like
than Megatron. He's still a little smaller than Megatron, so it's all right.
Yeah. But like,
if you guys
I love the heft.
Give me a second. I might have to do this thing.
Okay, so let me talk real quick since we down this road. So I'm getting both sets. See the X Transbots and the Fans toys.
Nice.
I want that long
I
haul
do
back.
have my Devastator Toy World Devastator as well.
I do too. I have them over here. I have a custom painted one that I did.
But this is probably the best, one of the best X Transbots figures.
I completely agree.
Really?
Ever.
Is it? See, I got their Scourge and it burnt me on them because that thing was such a piece of trash. I just I could not stand that thing.
There's like about 4 of them, but I like the Fans Toy Scourge better. When we talk about this,
I'll completely give you that. The Fans Toy Scourge is going to be better, but I actually do like the X Transbot Scourge, except for the feet. This is my favorite X Transbots besides
Springer. Is that Springer, is it better than because I've got the Fans Toy Springer and it's okay.
Best.
Yeah, that's what I had heard too, man.
I think this is the best Springer on the market. It is the best cartoon accurate. It has it feels like a Fans Toys figure.
It's got that much die cast in it.
It has that much die cast in it. It is solid. It is a great transformation into both modes, helicopter and Cybertronian car. It is a beautiful bot all around, and I would highly recommend it for anybody.
I heard the legs were didn't stand up straight. Is that an issue or something?
No, you're talking about Hook's joint, ain't you?
No, it actually stands up really well, actually. And it has like ab crunch, so you can really get all sorts of poses in there, and it's very sturdy.
That's cool because I've got the Fans Toys Springer, and I like the way it looks, but I had to take the feet apart to get the feet because the ankle tilt on it was so loose.
Good news. I found
my feet aren't loose.
I know. My Fans Toys Springer though, I had a guy on TFW 2005.
Thank you. Good. I'm glad.
Told me a fix for those ankles because I had to take them apart and wedge little circular pieces of plastic in there to get any kind of grip. They were so floppy.
Oh, you got more than just Bruticus in there, buddy.
I'll tell you one thing too. I think that this is going to be the best Ratchet and Ironhide.
The Transbots.
Even though it has
Transbots, I've got the Fans Toys on order for both those two.
I think this one is going to be. I think that the Fans Toys is going to have more die-cast, obviously, and it's going to be a lot more hefty. But I think the cartoon accuracy and the articulation of it is going to be superior. The only gripe that I have with this is that this piece right here should be die-cast when you transform it and move the waist. It should be a die-cast piece and not a plastic. It's very scary to move around. That's the only gripe that I have.
One of my favorite Megatron variants crossovers.
That is awesome.
I wish that I would have bought that thing if they'd have put like the Baroness from 2008 in there instead of the original toy from the 80s, man. Because like I got a whole bunch of those 3 3/4 G.I. Joe figures from 2008.
Yeah,
when they kind of and the 20, and the Baroness they had that it was blue, but they could have took that mold, put black on her, and those things were real. They were really cartoon accurate, man.
Can I ask one question real quick? What was the thing that got y'all into Transformers? Was it the cartoon first, or was it the toys?
It was the comics for me.
It was the comics for you. Wow, that's interesting.
Actually, I had gotten some GoBots first and loved those things because they came out slightly earlier than Transformers. Now, GoBots, they were a little simpler, but those things were, they were cheap. I want to say they were like $2, and they were full of die-cast and rubber and stuff like that. And the toys actually looked pretty good. The cartoon was awful. The cartoon looked like it was animated by ACOM, which it probably was. Like those season 2 and a lot of the season 3. There you go.
Yeah,
freaking awesome.
All right, so
I got old Buckethead here. He wants to say a few words.
Say it.
Hold on.
Yeah.
It's an old Buckethead right here. This is one of my favorite pieces. It's not even a toy robot. It's just the head. I will destroy you.
Awesome. Hey, real quick. So how I got into them. So
Yes.
I'm probably a little bit older than you guys. I in the 80s. I mean, they came out in 84, so I was about 7 to 8 years old. And the comics actually came out first. And they had the 4-part miniseries with the comics. So I was introduced to them with the comics. And the comics had a different ending than they came back and redid it, because they were supposed to do one. It was a 4-issue miniseries. At the very end, the Autobots had won a victory and everything was fine. And then they changed it for Shockwave coming in after that, after they knew they were going to get a series. The cartoon came out that fall, and we had already gotten a few of the figures that had come out. So we started out, my brother and I started out with like the mini bots, and then we got some other ones for Christmas that year. But the TV show was awesome. It was on Saturday mornings starting out, and it was so cool. It was one of the coolest cartoons to me as a kid, just because you had transforming robots, and that was cool. The toys were fun. The problem that I had was my brother and I sometimes would break them. And unfortunately, my brother broke some very significant toy. Megatron got broken by my brother. And he also broke Mirage.
Oh, that traitor. He will suffer.
Well, I was a freaking tyrant when my stuff, man. Dude, I was so OCD as a kid. I wound up selling a whole lot of my G1 stuff just because I wanted to buy masterpiece figures a while back. But I kept the boxes, the inserts. I kept the sticker sheet, the used sticker sheet. I kept every piece of everything. I had, man, I'd have to show you pictures of the stuff. I sold it several years, vast majority of it, so that I could get like man, when I saw some of the masterpiece figures, like I just went nuts. But like you, man, I didn't see the comic. The first time I saw that comic, I was in a drugstore and I got issue 9. Because I had played with the GoBots toys, and my buddy had told me about Transformers. I'm like, Transformers, what's that? And then, like, the toys came out in 84. I think GoBots might have come out in end of 83, maybe. Or I'm pretty sure that the GoBots toys came out first, because I had a few of those. But then Christmas of 84, I had, like, Megatron, Ravage, Rumble, and Cliff Jumper. I got them for Christmas that year. But, yeah, it was just the whole thing, and it took a long time because I lived like in the country, man, in rural Alabama. It took a while before I could catch the show. I did have a VHS tape of Roll for it from that Family Home Entertainment.
Me too.
And that was cool. If you ever go back and watch that episode, Prowl is like, I got to link up with another online computer, and then he goes through the telephone. I'm like, that show is way ahead of its time, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Chip Chase controls his movements. That was pretty cool.
And see, that was part of my theory too. Awesome. Like how did human beings become so able and have such an affinity for Cybertronian technology all of a sudden? They just bam, in 1984, the Cybertron, the Transformers come around, and then Spike, Sparkplug, Chip Chase, Carly, that doctor. All these people, they just have this like natural affinity to manipulate Cybertronian technology at their own will. It's just like there has to be some connection there.
You know what's pretty cool though? What you were talking about with the comics. The comics, they were such a huge demand for Transformers, because like Transformers, like I love Matchbox car stuff. Like, this is a robot and a vehicle. It's the coolest thing. It was just it blew my mind away, man. That's why I'm freaking almost 50 years old and I'm freaking still obsessed with this stuff.
Yeah, but it's funny because I just watched a video about how Transformers and autism are linked together, and I was like, that makes perfect sense.
It does.
I knew it. I was autistic this whole time.
Let me tell you, man. I
love messing with the Transformers, transforming them back and forth, the whole puzzles. And I love the masterpiece style because they get so complex. Like there's so much to do, and it makes them so cartoon accurate in both forms. So it's just so much to play with and so much to figure out. It's like a puzzle in itself. It's like a Rubik's Cube that you have to mess with.
The G1 toys, the vehicle modes were freaking super show accurate, and they were and they were awesome. I love that stuff. It's just some of the robot modes were different, but like, man, the whole Masterpiece thing, and I broke this thing out and spent several hours cleaning all of the dust off of it with a Q-tip and little Lysol. With that,
sweet.
Yeah,
the 20th Prime. I ordered the first third-party thing I ever got was metal die-cast long.
Is that the MP01?
That's 20th Prime.
Okay.
Like it's got the black.
I remember getting that in Barnes and Nobles when it came out.
Yeah, MP01.
Yeah, I remember getting that at Barnes and Nobles when it came out in that exact packaging.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Man, that thing, there was some love put into that figure because that was like the first. Well, not really the first thing. I think the Power Master Prime toy was the first time they tried to make a show accurate Optimus Prime. Because when in the robot mode on that thing, you flip it around and the chest is not just the truck chest; it's something different to make it look a little bit more like But this thing, this beast is like, it's got almost as much freaking metal in it as the engine block out in my Toyota, man.
Me so much. I wasn't expecting it to be so hefty. It was so amazing at the time, and then they kind of declined after that. I mean, they had good figures like Sunstreaker and stuff like that, but they didn't put the amount of effort and diecast into the further Masterpiece figures. Yeah. And that's why I moved into third party because fans toys stuff like that.
Toys is like a scaled down version of that, man.
Yeah.
That's when I felt. And the first one I ever got was Sovereign. I picked that thing up. I was like,
I have them right
like
here.
Yeah. So do we want to go? Do we want to?
We want to go everywhere.
Of the Transformers Masterpiece, or do we want to get into the cartoon and talk about our favorite episodes and then come back?
Okay, let's get into the cartoon.
What do you want to do?
Yeah.
Let's get into the cartoon.
You got an organized brain, all autism, and we're just running all.
Yeah, exactly.
Lunatics.
Yeah. I'll tell you the thing. Well, first I'm going to tell you what got me.
Hey guys, Stark of Iron wants to do an unboxing because I did give him some Transformers for Christmas. He's figuring it out, but if you want to talk the cartoon first and then okay.
I just want to say the thing that got me into Transformers first was I got the toys. I was too young to really appreciate them, but then when Blockbuster was around, they had the rentals of the season 1. And so I would rent Roll for it. I would rent Fire in the Sky.
SOS Dinobots.
Heavy Metal War. Heavy Metal War had Hound doing his hologram of that Holomus Maximus, that combiner looking figure hologram that scared away Devastator, and the Constructicons first appeared in that.
Nothing little, voiced by Peter Cullen too. Nothing little one.
That was the end of it for me. As soon as I saw that episode, I was hooked.
Yeah. So if we get into that season 1, I would have to say Heavy Metal War is my absolute favorite.
Exactly.
Of season 1. I think it's one of the best ones. Megatron challenges Optimus Prime to a fight. We see the Constructicons. They're introduced right away.
Takes all of their chips to make his power increase and get their own powers to teleport and
power chip rectifiers
and all that stuff.
My power chip rectifier.
The power chip rectifier. That's exactly it. Yes.
But the cool thing is you had the battle between Megatron and Prime, the Mono a Mono, which was cool in itself, and then you had the Constructicons digging underneath the volcano, which was cool because you got to see a little bit about their special.
And you get to see Mixmaster talking in his head like, I know, I'll mix this.
Yeah,
this
and goes into his tech specs with him being almost like an alchemist more than a chemist.
Yeah, exactly. He's the chemist of the group. I love that they have their individual prowesses that they stick to. It's beautiful.
You know what else was dope? When Soundwave sat down and ejected the cassettes and started petting Ravage. I thought that was cool as hell, man.
Ravage is always gonna, even though he's just a cassette, he's always gonna be one of my favorite.
That was the first one I got, and Rumble is red. I got Ravage and Rumble in Christmas in 1984. Rumble's red, man. I saw. See, I had the toy before the cartoon, man.
Rumble's blue. Rumble is blue.
Was your Rumble red or blue?
Rumble is blue.
Rumble is blue.
The movie.
Yeah, I need the Cassetticons, man. I need them, but like,
Well, I've got the MMC. They fit better with my masterpiece on the shelf, but I do like the Fans Toys birds better. So I've got the Ravage and the Rumble and the Frenzy.
I just like the Fans Toys because in the cartoon, Rumble and Frenzy, they're the same size as the humans. So I like to be able to different. I like to have them pose together sometimes and stuff like that.
Fans Toys Ravage is super show accurate head. That thing is like spot on.
It's amazing. I think it's great. But yeah, back to Heavy Metal War. I mean, Megatron using all the different powers of the Decepticons is really cool. That's what was unique about the first season, is that each one of them had special abilities. You mentioned Hound with the holograms. You've got Skywarp, who I thought was one of the coolest ones that didn't use his teleportation power.
Seriously, my favorite out of the Command Triumph for sure.
Oh yeah, I love Skywarp.
Skywarp is my favorite Seeker too.
Yeah, me too.
Mine too, because it's black and purple.
Yeah, you just look so damn awesome.
Yeah, so I thought that was really great. And then you had the Dinobots, Teltran one calling, and they fight the Constructicons, and they brought out the heavy artillery scrapper.
Exactly.
We did the same, only heavier.
Yeah.
let me take a pause real quick just to let everybody in the chat know I'm going through a really hard time right now. I'm really like. I mean, I don't know how I'm going to pay my bills.
If you guys were able to raise that much money for me, you could do the same for Brandon.
Please, anything will help right now. I haven't eaten in 4 days, and I don't know how I'm going to pay my internet bill. It's probably going to get shut off in the next 2 days if I don't do something about it. If there's anything that you can do, just, even just a couple bucks here and there, it would help tremendously just to get some food in my belly and stuff. If not, I'm gonna have to sell my Fans Toys Dinobots, and I don't want to do that. But
you have a GoFundMe?
I don't have a GoFundMe. Suzanne and Richard were supposed to get one set up for me, but they haven't yet. And I don't want to, I don't know. They said they have something planned, but I could. I don't know what to do at this point. I don't want to write one myself and seem like I'm asking for, money that's, people might think that I'm just, begging for money. And it hurts.
If you want, I can do a Stark Relief Foundation. It won't be this week. It'll be next.
Yeah. I mean, I could use anything right now, but anything at all would be great. But yeah, anything in the chat would be amazing. I would really appreciate it because I'm really suffering right now, and I don't know if I'm going to be able.
The problem with YouTube Pay is you don't get the money until next month.
Well, and that's the thing, is that I will get paid on the 21st or 22nd, but it's only going to be about $170. And that's not going to pay. That might pay my internet and my StreamYard. But that's not going to pay for groceries, cat food, litter, phone bill, stuff like that. So, yeah. Anyway, enough of that. We'll get back into the cartoon.
Heavy Metal War is by far, in my opinion, the best episode of season 1.
Yeah,
I think it's just general consensus.
It definitely is, but I still have some of my favorites. Like, I used to rent the Ultimate Doom at the local video store, and I loved that one because at the end, and
there was very rarely
they ran off a spark plug, man. That was
Ultimate Doom was good. But if you want to talk about, another honorable mention, I thought Divide and Conquer was amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh
Definitely.
man, they were trying to kill Optimus Prime back
They
then.
were killing Optimus Prime.
And Fire in the Sky.
Fire in the Sky is my number 2.
Dinobots.
I love my
Yeah.
favorite part of everything, I think, in season 1 is when they rescue Spike and Sparkplug in that in the first episode, and he goes, and then Optimus Prime gives him like that speech, we're Autobots, we're from Saturn, and he stands up and his eyes glow. I was like that. Ooh.
Yeah. He just
And
had a way
that is
about
my
it.
I love that part.
Prime.
I love how Peter Cullen used his own brother as inspiration for the voice of Optimus Prime, because he was a war veteran and he had that knowledge and that hardcore feeling of like, I care about these people, and it's not in a narcissistic way. It's
Strong
not
enough to be John, man.
people. It's that I genuinely care and I want the best for these people.
Well,
and
here's the part where I have to pick apart Prime's leadership skills because I am the Decepticon in the room.
All right.
Before you do that, let me mention one other thing about his voice. The
Okay.
other person that he drew inspiration for his voice and some of his mannerisms is John Wayne as well.
John Wayne, yeah, he
John
did.
Wayne.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool.
Yeah. A little bit of it. Well,
I can
mostly
see
his
that though, now
brother,
that you
but a
mention it.
lot of the things, like kind of
Duke.
like he thought about, and he was probably in the booth doing John Wayne mannerisms when he was saying things too, because you can tell some of the times when you watch some of the episodes, you can. That's some John Wayne right there, and I guarantee you he was doing that stuff in the booth.
Yeah, he's definitely got his chest out going, aha.
Yeah.
You
for
listen
sure.
here, Pilgrim. We got ourselves some Decepticons to wrestle up.
Yeah, one of my favorite lines of Optimus Prime is when he's playing basketball and he says boobies. That's one of my favorite lines.
No, that's when that English guy's hunting him, and then he has that trap with that woman crying, and like and he goes like, not today, Chun-Li. And then Astro Train and Blitzwing walk up there, and he's like, quit your crying. Blitzwing just goes to stomp her. He was just gonna kill her, and it shoots that stuff out.
Blitzwing was a badass.
And he's like, amazing.
We'll get into season 2 in a minute.
Exactly. I'm waiting on that too. I have one.
Right. Let's just
Stark, you wanted to pick apart Prime's leadership.
Yes. So let's just go down the list here. All right. We have the leader of the aerial bots, who is at last time I checked, afraid of heights. That is don't make him your wing commander. That's dumb.
But that was the whole point.
That's the point I'm trying to make is Prime is so focused on having all of his units overcome their personal boundaries that
to make them better
their lives, their sparks, and their safety in combat.
Okay, but that's how a good leader has to overcome some of those fears so they can become better people and better for the group.
This is how they wrote Transformers 2. This is kind of a writing technique. So you have your good family and your bad family. That's one of the writing techniques that they use, especially in these cartoons.
Yeah.
And you look at Optimus Prime as kind of a father figure.
He's very fatherly. I mean, I get the concept.
Would you rather have
I'm just being the Decepticon in the room and going, it takes no humanity?
I mean, the other aerial bots didn't really give a crap about humanity. So, I mean,
Silverbolt was humble enough. That's why he made him the leader, because he knew that he was insecure about his fear of heights and everything, and he was like, he knew that would keep him from being arrogant, because the other ones were arrogant, man.
Exactly.
In the comic, they actually had to reprogram him because when they used the creation matrix in the comics to give him life, they did it quickly, and he wasn't finished programming him. They were going to kill a dude that was possessed by Bombshell, man. Superion was going to scorch a human.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that in itself is difficult. You have very tactical, capable units in Optimus's army, and sometimes he doesn't listen to them. I can go down the list. We'll start with Ironhide. Ironhide has a solid helm on his shoulders and has often said, hey, this might be the better option, and much to Prime's dismay. He would ignore that advice.
But Ironhide wasn't the commander. Like, he wasn't second in command. Jazz was actually the second
Jazz
in command
was,
of the Transformers.
but Ironhide had more combat experience. Another fallacy in his leadership. Well, I mean, look at Coop. Look at Coop. That guy served millions of years worth of combat. And,
you're on an alien planet. You're on an alien planet. You want somebody who can basically interact with the local culture, all the life forms, and get. That's what Jazz was, man. He absorbed all the culture, man. And I'm sorry, but Scatman Crothers, although I do think of him as Hong Kong Phooey too, man.
Yeah,
I didn't think they could ever. But I was just like, there'll be no way to get a voice actor that can do that. And then on Fall of Cybertron, I'll be danged if they didn't get a dude that sounded a lot like Scatman.
All of Cybertron and War for Cybertron was really fun games. The only thing I didn't like was the Tron lines. Everything had Tron lines.
Okay, we're getting way off topic here.
Oh man,
Scatman Crothers' last credit in his life was Transformers the movie, but I digress. You made some interesting points. I think you're right about Prime's leadership. I think the thing about it that really interfered with his leadership, though, is the fact that he had to worry about the safety of the humans.
That's true.
Put them first. I think that's another issue.
If he didn't,
kind of like Superman, where he had to kind of like hold back his blow, and Spider-Man too. He kind of had to hold back his real power to save the people around him first. That was the Prime directive, and once they were safe, then he could go all out.
See, Optimus Prime, if he was a little more ruthless, could probably be a more effective military leader, but then he wouldn't be Optimus Prime.
Yeah, but exactly like in the Michael Bay movies, he didn't give a crap about the humans in those movies.
The first movie was fine. The second one, Optimus Prime would never execute a helpless Decepticon point blank, man. They was I'm gonna take your head. See, you and I are both. I think we're both like we're on the spectrum with our autism, man, going all over the place. Dude.
Exactly.
Let me tell you something about the last thing of Prime's leadership, and it's actually the biggest flaw in all. He has his military rely on him to arrive. He's like Goku. Everybody has to hold off the bad guy until Optimus Prime arrives and saves the day. If something happens to Optimus Prime, like what happened in the movie, the entire command line from the top down was shattered in the Autobots in an instant when Prime died.
No, see, Prime was on Cybertron. On the Moonbase 1, actually.
Moonbase 1, not Cybertron.
And they were his command, his high command. Jazz was on Moonbase 1 with him, along with the Dinobots, and they were prepping to retake Cybertron. But
are we talking about the '86 movie now?
Yeah.
Well, let's. Should we get into season 2 first?
Let's do season 2.
Oh, yes.
I think you made some fair points about Prime's leadership. I think there's a lot more that goes into it. And you're right. I think he doesn't use the abilities of some of his underlings as well. And you've got that. But overall, I think he's a good leader. But
and there are times where he does use the underlings very well, like with Perceptor. With Wheeljack, he takes them their ideas and really gives them a good shake and sees what's the best option for what they're proposing for the idea. There are parts where he does do that, but I agree that he could have done that more with more of the bots. It's just that there was 24 bots in Autobots in the first season, so or was it 24 or was it 20?
There's 18 on the arc, and then you added Skyfire, and then He brought in the next one in the next season. But yeah, he's got a lot of people he's responsible
for. So there had to be like a lot of episodes just focused on character development on those characters, and they had a lot to do with just 13 episodes.
Yeah. I mean, it was great. The first 13 to 16 episodes where you had season 1 was fantastic. But you want to get into season 2, or is there anything?
Let's get into season 2. Yeah.
Okay.
Star Screams Brigade, baby.
And it starts with Autobot Spike, which is a part of my theory about about the humans being able to create Autobots. They just have an affinity to know how to utilize Cybertronian technology. All of a sudden, within hours of meeting these people, a Sparkplug is building an Autobot Spike that he can get Wheeljack to transfer Spike's essence into this Autobot body. So
Autobot Spike.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't like that episode very well. I mean, it's interesting, but
it's like a Frankenstein type movie.
Oh yeah.
And failure. It's once again Wheeljack once again disobeying the law set forth by Primus. He's once again using his wackadoo science to bring a parasite into the divine form of a Cybertronian.
Hey, if you're gonna diss Wheeljack, you gotta diss Doc Brown too, because they're the same.
Oh, wait till we get to Headmasters. I'm sure Tony is just gonna go.
I'm not going into. I'm not going into Headmasters.
Yeah, I think we skipped those.
Propaganda. We can't.
Headmasters is not canon in my book.
Yeah. So by far, my favorite episode of season 2 is War Dawn. War Dawn is amazing.
A tie between the Key to Vector Sigma and War Dawn for me.
Key to Vector Sigma is my second favorite, and then Starscream's Brigade is my third. But War Dawn is just an amazing episode. It's a good story. I think it really grounds the aerial bots into an appreciation for Optimus Prime. And I think it shows Megatron and how powerful he was back then.
Yeah, it really shows the evolution of the aerial bots going from not caring about humanity to finally saying like, hey, we actually see what you see in humanity, and we're gonna fight for them just like you do. We've met Orion Pax in the past. We know that he became Optimus Prime, and we know exactly why you fight for what you fight for.
That's you know what the original script that David Wise wrote called for?
No.
Megatron rips off Optimus's arm and starts beating him with it.
Oh no!
Really? Wow.
Cool. Yeah, so a lot of that stuff, like I'm sure with the scripts and stuff like that,
they were trying to kill him off early, but even before the '86 movie, then.
Oh yeah.
Well, it was wanting to show he wrote it brutally, like David Wise on the old Rhino DVDs, which for the longest time
talking about ripping off Orion Pax's arm.
Orion Pax's arm, and then when Megatron, that's what he does, basically to show how brutal.
Right over on my shelf, so I know exactly what you're talking about, but I thought that was one of the coolest episodes. It's my favorite of season 2, just because it was interesting to have them go back into Cybertron. Before the real civil war between the Autobots and Decepticons kind of really happened.
Golden Age.
Yeah. Now, the thing that I always thought was a debate, and we can have this, did Alphatron remake Dion into anybody?
I think he did, but who knows? I think that Dion was made into what was the rebel assassin DevCon?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, DEFCON. There's a theory on
DEFCON is actually Dion.
Maybe because that's an interesting comparison. People for years growing up thought it was either Ironhide or possibly Ultra Magnus.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. I think that it's Dion, and I think that that's exactly why he became a Autobot defector type of character, because he was left by Optimus Prime and Orion Pax, his best friend. And so I think that he has some kind of mental trauma there where he was just left alone to die, basically. And then Alpha Trion found him, put him back together, but he didn't have the memory banks to figure out what actually happened to Optimus Prime. and I think that he went off and became DevCon, which is an awesome character. DevCon is an amazing character that they brought in for that episode, The Gambler. That was so cool.
I lean towards, if he's going to be anybody, I think it's Ultra Magnus. Going back to them like being brothers, the toy being similar, so the bots are going to be kind of similar. Of course, if Albatron rebuilds them around the same time, of course, and this is all kind of retcon because we didn't see Ultra Magnus back then. All the season 3 Autobots, they're chilling on Cybertron and on other things like that. If you actually want to go back and retcon it, but that to me makes sense. Like that, they're like,
yeah.
I don't know. It's sort of.
Can I tell you why I think otherwise? Is because Dion was he was destroyed in a much harsher way than Orion Pax was, and if Orion Pax was built into Optimus Prime, which is a really big bot, he's a very imposing bot. How would they have built Dion into Ultra Magnus, which is even twice the size of Optimus Prime? I think that it's more likely that he's on the same size. I think Ultra Magnus is more along the lines of a character that was he's like old like Cup, maybe not as old as Cup or Ironhide and stuff like that, but he is a character that doesn't have the confidence, but he has the power. He's just, I think that he was just a bot that was built by Vector Sigma or the Quintessons or Primus or whatever we're going with for the or origins of the Transformers in general. So that's my thought on that. I would just think that Dion would be a character that wouldn't be as powerful as Ultra Magnus or as big and bulky and have as much going for him as Dion.
Yeah. I mean, I could go either way. I think all theories are interesting.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the cool thing about Transformers is that it's left ambiguous enough to where everybody can have their own headcanon about these things and stuff like that. And it's all good either way.
Right. Yeah. You want to know one of my favorite, or probably my favorite season 2 episode?
Go for it.
Triple Takeover.
Oh yeah, that's in my
yeah. That is like the greatest. That's the greatest thing ever. That's the one when Astrotrain and Blitzwing take over the Decepticons, freeze Megatron and Starscream again.
And then
they mention absolute 0 degree part molecules.
Strategize and stuff like that.
He gets a football coach, throws him in your new office. He just throws him in a locker.
Comes in there with the tank blowing up, like he catches the football with his tank blaster, and then he fires it through the field goal, and the coach is like, You're hired. And he's like, all right.
And the Coneheads like roll up on Astrotrain, and they're like, Astrotrain couldn't lead rats to a garbage can. They're like laughing at him because he's like, because he's like sitting around. But when oh god, right out of my brain, man.
That's all right. I blank sometimes.
When my favorite part of that one is when he says. And when Scrabber calls Blitzwing, he's like, "What is the purpose of this highway maze you ordered us to be? It's a zone defense, you ignorant fool." And then later on, he calls him back and he's like, "Scrapper, how big is our zone defense?" And he's like, "Hard to tell. All the others are lost in it."
Well, and then they make the throne of the Autobots.
Yeah, and that's the only episode that Skids was ever in.
Yeah, and
that's true. That's the only reason I have him in my collection is just because he was actually in season 2. I only collect characters that were prominent, characters in an episode. I really probably need to get a Nightwing, and I definitely need that Light Toys Alpha Trion. Have you all seen that thing? It's like a custom made piece. By a really small company. It's on eBay now. Alpha Trion looks amazing. Go on eBay and search Alpha Trion like toys. He looks fantastic, man. He looks beautiful.
But some of my other ones, Triple Takeover is in my top 8. I did 8 episodes for season 2, which I thought season 2 is the longest season. I think season 2 is probably the most watchable because it has a lot of good stories. There's some in there, but there's not a lot of really. This is total crap, and this was total good. Like season 3, we'll get there. But Vector Sigma and Starscream's Brigade. The combiners were my favorites growing up because I just love the aspect of it. But Key to Vector Sigma, that you had the birth of the Aerobots and the Stunticons, and we talked a little bit about the Aerobots, but let's talk about the Decepticons.
Oh,
the Stunticons awesome.
I love the Stunticons. I love them. Absolutely. Motor Master always, because he's a truck, always wants to go against Optimus Prime to find out who's king of the road.
Forgot. My actual favorite episode of season 2 is The Secret of Ultra Magnus.
The Secret of Omega Supreme.
Omega Supreme, yeah. The Secret of Omega Supreme is my favorite season 2 episode, and then it goes War Dawn and the Key to Vector Sigma. I love the subtle, because Omega Supreme is such a monotone character, and I love the way that they kind of get him to open up and share that he was really friends with the Constructicons, and because of Megatron's device, I forgot what it's called, but the mind control device, basically, that switches them into Decepticons. They destroyed the Crystal City, and they hurt Omega Supreme's heart. And ever since then, he's been having such trouble trying to connect with anybody. And I feel for that so bad. Him sitting on that hill with Optimus Prime talking about that is one of the most dramatic cartoon experiences I've seen.
Yeah, that's my 4th favorite episode of season 2. I love that. We had Omega Supreme as a kid. That was an awesome toy. It was huge. And then Omega Supreme is one of my favorite characters. Which one do you have? Do you have the Fans toys, or do you have the
DX9?
Yeah, I've got the DX9 as well. The DX9, I think, looks a little bit better than the Fans toys, to be honest. And that's why I got it over the Fans toys.
I painted the red so that it matches properly, because the top didn't match the bottom. So I custom painted it, and I think that it looks really good, actually. Not with my computer.
Yeah, it looks awesome. Good job.
Thank you.
I wish I had that. I wish I had that, man. They had that for like $200. I think at Big Bad Toy Store. I wish I had that.
You got your Omega Supreme,
and the eyes light up and everything.
Go and grab one of my Titans. Give me a second.
Yeah.
But I mean, that figure's huge. But I love that. But yeah, the Secret of Omega Supreme is just a well-written story. I like how you had that. I think, my theory was that the Constructicons crash landed and landed in the cave, and Omega Supreme and some of the Autobots followed them to Earth, and the Decepticons had to rebuild them in the cave.
I have a different theory, but you might be right and I might be wrong. I believe that the Constructicons were left in the Nemesis under the ocean, and they were offline. And at the end of season 1 is when when Megatron was trying to get all of the remind me again what they're called, the power chip
rectifiers.
Rectifiers. I believe that Megatron was like, okay, now it's time to wake up the Constructicons again, because there can't be 2 creations of the Constructicons. And in season 2, it shows that the Constructicons were already there, millions of years ago on Cybertron, and friends with Omega Supreme and stuff like that. So I believe that they were on the Nemesis in the first place. They just didn't board the Ark and were a part of that crash. I believe they were just already in stasis at that point, and they had to Megatron had to get up enough energon to bring them back to their living selves. That's my canon theory.
Legacy Black Zarak.
That's cool.
Oh yeah, Scorponok. Black
Black Zarek, man. I had that G1 Scorponok toy.
Oh, I did
and
too.
again, that thing was a piece of crap. God, it was they put a little tiny head. I hated. They put the tiny headmaster head on that giant thing, and it looked retarded.
Yeah,
and it was like, and then it looked like it was fat or something. Because like he was so awesome in the freaking Marvel comics, man.
Oh yeah,
like, every time I broke
sacrificing himself like that.
Every time I broke I broke out the toy, I just feel like that one. And that was just one of those ones that I was just,
that Black Zarek was actually one that I got from Comic Relief Crusader.
Yeah, but when I was going with that because I forget everything.
But let's get into the Stunticons real quick, and then we'll get into Combaticons because I've got exactly what you've got there, but.
No, not exactly, because I have a custom head.
There we go.
Oh, you do? Sweet.
Yeah, the Zeta came with a really small head for Bruticus, and so I got somebody to 3D print me the exact same one but bigger to obfuscate for the size. I'll show you the comparison.
Yeah. Anyway, Theta Vector Sigma, the birth of the Stunticons, which I think are awesome. And this is probably one of the best masterpiece Transformers ever made.
I agree.
This is their Motor Master. The thing about it is the engineering, how they get them into a full truck with a trailer.
Full trailer.
Yeah, full trailer.
It's insane.
It's just phenomenal. So I think he's awesome. And then here are the other. I've only got 3 of the Stunticons because they have yet to produce.
Oh, look at that Menasor. Oh my God.
Yeah. This is my custom Menasor.
Oh, cool.
I made the head myself and the horns. This is a DX9.
Yeah, I've got the DX9, but you customized him. That's awesome.
Yeah. I painted the arms. I customized the head, made new horns for him.
Yeah, so the horns look very much more G1-y.
Oh, yeah. They look 10 times better.
Yeah, I just need to get the clip for the right leg or for the left leg because this, he keeps popping off.
Yeah.
This one over here.
Combiners and leg joints. You would think that they would have figured it out by now.
And I also got vinyl stickers and stuff to kind of detail the legs and stuff too. So it wasn't.
Oh, that looks awesome.
So it's not just basic, and some extra vinyl decals on the chest and stuff too. And I painted the arms. I don't know if you can see.
Oh, I can see it, man.
I'm red underneath here. I kind of painted those so that it looks a little more cohesive with the bot because they just come gray.
Oh yeah.
And the yellow too on the other side.
The plates. The plates. Yeah, you painted the plates. Yeah.
I'm so OCD. I know I would mess it up and it would drive me insane because I'd see all the flaws in any painting I would do because I just can't. And it would. I can't do it. I'm terrible.
I ruined a Bumblebee trying to make a cliff jumper, and ever since then, like I kind of learned from my mistakes. And I've gotten better since then, so I've had a lot more confidence in painting and customizing and making parts for each of my figures. I've customized like my Shockwave, my reflectors,
cool.
My Seekers, the cockpits. You know how they come with like a clear orange type of thing. Well, in the comic or in the cartoons, it's just plain like a enamel orange, and so I painted the enamel orange on it. I'll show you all a little bit later, but I think that it looks really good. Yeah,
I was going to say that the birth of Stunticons was really cool. I like that. I like that episode. And then I think Menasor versus Superion. I wish we had more episodes with those combiners fighting because I just thought it was
Scramble City type of stuff. Yeah,
Menasor is crazy because they all. Motor Master is a sadist and he beats on the other ones and is basically like this cruel, just monster. And then when they combine into Menasor, he's a freaking psychopath because he's got all these warring thoughts that are everybody hates Motor Master and it's all in his head. So that's why, and go into uncontrolled rage, man. That's just like, and I love when they made Wild Rider. Introduce yourself. I'm Wild Rider, and I'm gonna bust something up. So,
there you go. Here's Wild Rider.
I need to get individual bots. Right now, all I can afford is just the combined versions. But the only thing that I'm doing right now is the Constructicons. I'm getting individual bots for that when I can, if I can, anyway.
But yeah, Rumble's stealing all of them. You mean Rumble takes it? So
yeah. He jumps in there. Why is Megatron after Wheels? And why are we calling them Wheels? Because Megatron said it earlier. Oh, well, yeah, I guess so. All right.
Yeah, that was cool.
What do you all think?
How the '80s writing works.
Mini bots like Power Glide, Warpath, Sea Spray, Dune Rider, or
Warpath,
Beachcomber.
Boom! Pow! Blammo!
Warpath was a little touched there. He was a little.
He has great Fans Toys figure though.
Oh
no,
yeah,
no, that's another one I missed out on.
Yeah, the Sea Spray version 2 by Fans Toys is also really good.
I've
the
got
Power Glide by
and
Fans
Power
Toys
Glide.
is their worst figure of all time.
I couldn't agree more. That one and the Tesla 1.0.
Yeah,
I have that Power Glide. Transforming that thing, I'm still. I love it. Issues. Transforming it, and that little dude turns into like a huge jet that's on scale with the Masterpiece figures. That's crazy how they do it, but it's like so that transformation is.
Yeah, the transformation is hard, but when you see the results, man, the way that they get that, it's like that the Motor Master that you're talking about.
Yeah, it's engineering. It's madness.
Exactly. They were able to do so much with so little with Power Glide. They were able to make that little bot turn into such a huge bomber.
Yeah.
It looked so good.
Some people would like complain about Road King's backpack. I don't understand the whole backpack thing. Making them so thin, they look terrible. Like if you look at Five Faces of Darkness, when they show Motor Master collapsing, and it's animated by that horrible ACOM studio. And when he falls down, he's like, his upper body looks so narrow in that animation. It looks terrible. Because he's so solid, that backpack fits perfectly with like the beef and the size of that thing.
Yeah.
Well, it's not much of one anyway. It's a whole freaking trailer. You can park some other bots in there if you need to.
I mean, Scrapper's a triple changer in a way, so I understand. But I mean, that backpack is pretty big too, and especially with the extra piece that comes with it. It's not on here right now, but I don't mind it. It's back heavy for sure, but I don't mind it at all because it's the Constructicons, and the whole thing with the Constructicons is the robot mode and the combined mode for me. And the combined mode is the closest to the cartoon I've ever seen, where they have the back, they have the pillars on the back end. It just looks so beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, we're still in season 2. Let's talk about, I think this is Tony's favorite episode, Starscream's Brigade.
Yeah.
I love it.
Put these up real quick.
The Revenge of Bruticus.
Yes. Are y'all interested in the Magic Square Bruticus? Because I am. I'm actually thinking about selling this one, even though I've put so much customizing work into this. I really am wondering what it's going to look like. But
I've got the MMC Bruticus, and it's pretty good. It's just a little small.
Yeah, I have to have all my combiners be at least 20 inches tall. I just have to. They wouldn't look right on my shelf without it.
They wouldn't scale right at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're thinking about selling that Bruticus there?
I'm thinking about it, especially now that I need the money. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Can't promise anything.
Yeah, no, I mean, I can't either. But
I'm the kind of person that would buy it simply because you put work into it, and that way it would still be within the circle.
Yeah, I mean, I I made hip skirts for it. I made custom vinyl stickers for Swindle on the leg. I made custom vinyl stickers for the chest plate right here, so it matches the cartoon accuracy, and especially the head. This head is perfectly molded for this size of a combiner. And these little pieces on the side here too.
Hail to Peter Venkman in the fan site in the chat.
Hey, what's up, Peter Venkman? Venkman's girl. That's my girl here. Thank you so much for showing up. God bless you. Thank you so much. I'm going to play your favorite thing.
What has that got to do with it?
Back off, man. I'm a scientist.
Favorite lines from that movie because I actually am a scientist.
Oh, nice.
That's awesome.
That's
But
yeah.
The Revenge of Bruticus and Starscream's Brigade. I mean,
best combiner action. Best combiner action.
My favorite part of that is you get Devastator fighting Bruticus, and then Menasor comes in.
Yeah,
man.
And
it was also it started out so
get out. I'm done with this. I'm gonna take you both out.
It started out hardcore. Starscream finally took a shot at Megatron in his back. No one turns his back on me and just blast him. And then, like the arrogant prick that he is, goes over there and steps on him.
Yeah,
he nulled him out. What? He nulled him out. Yeah,
yeah, that was awesome.
The thing about the null ray though is it's a temporary shutdown. The fusion cannon's permanent.
Yeah. The other thing about it is I love the Stunticons while they're talking on the hill overlooking Bruticus versus Devastator.
Yeah, Megatron's in trouble. Who cares?
Yeah,
Dead End's like he's a freaking
I think Dead End is my favorite Stunticon. Dead End is just one of those.
I like Roundabout and Run Amok respectively. I like the twins.
Well, but they're not Stunticons.
Yeah, I do love those two characters too.
But my favorite Stunticon, I don't know. I like Motor Master and Breakdown because those were the two that we had. But
I like Motor Master and Dead End, but Motor Master big time.
And I don't know, just his personality of like, we're not gonna make this. Like, what's the point? I mean, he's just like this.
He's a nihilist.
He's me. He's literally me as a Stunticon, basically.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. But I mean, Starscream's Brigade was just awesome, and then Revenge of Bruticus was good. Revenge of Bruticus is interesting because you really get into Onslaught strategy. Yeah, and I think he's a master strategist, and I think that's really cool. You had a lot of the individuality of the Combaticons, which I wish we showed more of because I think they were pretty cool characters.
Oh, I love them, man.
Especially Swindle. But
Swindle's great, man. Like he'd sell his own brain module if he could.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's great. In season 3, he's trying to
season 3, you see a lot more.
He's like trying to like wheel and deal with Galvatron, and he's just like, Swindle, I'm gonna kill you if you don't give me that.
We'll get to the ultimate weapon because that's in my top 8 of season 3. But like, I just think that's awesome, and how Shockwave turns into his gun, and Bruticus just grabs him and starts shooting it.
Exactly.
Yeah, I love that.
Huge version of Shockwave's gun. Oh, that was sick. I wish I had a version of that.
All of the mass shifting, all of it.
Oh yeah, I wish we had a masterpiece version, but Combiner Wars did have a version of that if you bought the upgrade kits to where you could do that, and somebody on this panel may have one of those and may have that, so he may be able to show it later on when he opens his presents. But
I love the fact that Starscream had to go. The Combaticons were so messed up that Megatron had Shockwave tear out their basically personality components and lock it in a gel. And then this was some clever scheming by Starscream. He's like, I'll show him what army, and then he goes to get those personality. Of course, it's G1, so it's like as soon as he puts it in that World War II, they all of a sudden get all shiny and new, But it's still he had to go to Cybertron and like steal them because and then he like wiped out the rest of them and left, and like Megatron went nuts when he found out he stole the renegade Decepticons,
which is so awesome. And then Bruticus is such a baller.
I love Bruticus. He's out next to Devastator, he is my favorite.
Yeah, mine too. Devastator always. Bruticus is like, I think like the Dreamwave Universe a profile book described him as an unthinking military an unthinking military machine weapon that lives for war, that will do anything that he's told.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I always liked Bruticus. I actually like the Decepticon combiners a little bit better than the Autobot
me too.
combiners.
Oh yeah, that's because
of course, because we're superior. I mean, it's good that you're finally beginning to see the G1
toys.
Autobot sycophant, Robert. Right? You're beginning to see.
It's ironic that I'm in purple and usually like Autobots, and you're in red and usually like Decepticons.
G1.
I mean, that don't matter. I'm dressed up for Christmas.
Pile of crap.
Megatron ruined Christmas by improving it. So
let's not go down that road. But yeah, Starscream's Brigade and Revenge of Bruticus are also episodes. A couple others on my list. I love the Search for Alpha Trion. I thought that was
that's cool.
Interesting episode. I wasn't really keen when I was a kid on the female Autobots, but I thought that was an interesting storyline, and I wondered if there was anything going on with that. We had mentioned Triple Takeover, which I thought was really a cool episode. Desertion of the Dinobots was interesting.
That was a good. They see the Dinobots disappear after the first half of season 2, but it's like you get that Grimlock's arrogance and stuff like that, where he just like you finally get, because he just like, here me come again to me here again, Optimus Prime, to pull your diodes out of laser fire.
Yeah.
Okay. Can I take a break real quick and just kind of say something?
Yeah, go for it.
So it turns out my client just sent me a message and she's suing me. So yeah, please. I'm really sorry to ask this, but please pray for me. Anything you can do to help would be blessed right now. I don't know what the hell is up her.
On what ground?
I don't know what the hell her deal is. She says, "Afternoon, Brandon. I'm at my attorney's office and he'd like to know what would be a good time to talk with you and go over the money spent for the work you've done for me and the parties involved in making the web page, etc. If not, I will be suing you. Would you be available in the morning around 9 p.m. or 9 a.m.?" So yeah, that's great.
Do you know any lawyers?
No, and I don't have any money for a lawyer.
Oh gosh.
I literally have $2 in my account.
Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. Folks, if you can spare anything, that is what we need to get you a GoFundMe something real quick.
Yeah, I've been trying to get
I can see Max made mine. I can see if he can make one for you.
Yeah, I mean, please. I mean,
Tony, if you could see if Max can make you one right now, that would help.
All right, I'll send him a text.
Please, anybody, if y'all can help, please help. I'm sorry.
Don't worry. You got it, Brandon. Don't worry about it. I would
go there and talk to him, man. See what's going on and what the deal is.
Yeah,
she won't talk to me other than through text. She doesn't have the courage to talk like the way
she's got a lawyer, and maybe you can hash it out tomorrow.
Well, let me ask you this: do you have your bill for her? Do you have everything lined out?
I have my invoices. Yeah.
Okay, that's the important thing. Your invoices are there. Do you have a signed agreement, like a contract with her?
No, it was a verbal agreement.
It was a verbal agreement, but you've got the invoices.
Yes.
And you've got the invoices as to what you were charging and everything else?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And you explained all the pricing and everything else up front?
Yep.
Okay.
And I even told her that I would charge anybody else double and a half what I've charged her for the work that I've done for her. I've taken on more responsibility than I would have for the price that I've charged for her. I'm a freelance web designer and SEO specialization copywriter, and I brought in 900% extra traffic to her. She's been saying that she's been making $500 extra a month or a day, every day that she's been working ever since I've been doing these advertisements for her, and she's been so happy, to have me on board and all this stuff. And all of a sudden, all this is just like 5 hours before she terminated, or she broke the contract. She even said the last advertisement that I had sent on social media, because I took on social media on Facebook groups and stuff for her all on my own to help and push her business. And that was something I did without getting paid for. And she was getting all this extra traffic and customers and selling all sorts of different stuff.
Okay.
And 5 hours after she was saying, this advertisement is so amazing. It was like a 12 days of Christmas type of advertisement. Like, we're having a 12 days of Christmas sale, like, come by for the holidays. And it's, I've been a professional copywriter for about 6 to 7 years now, I guess. And she was so happy with it. And then 5 hours later, she sends me a text saying she was breaking the contract. And I was just like, I wish you would have called me to talk to me like professional business, clients, as opposed to just texting me and then ignoring me when I try to talk to you. And she still won't talk to me. And
okay. So let me ask you this. Do you have like invoices from other clients and how much you were charging them compared to how much you were charging her?
I don't think I have those anymore. No.
Okay. Here's what I would do. First off, pray about it. I don't know if I'd go into a meeting with the lawyer without talking to the lawyer one-on-one and explaining your side of the situation, because I don't think it's fair for her to bring her lawyer in and for both of them to corner you like this. I think if the lawyer wants to talk to you, I would just talk to the lawyer over the phone first before you agree to go to any kind of meeting. What do you guys think?
I agree. I sent a message to Max. He has yet to respond.
So should I just text her back saying, no, I'll be talking to a lawyer first before I schedule?
I would say, you may text her back asking for her lawyer's specific information. And also you may want to seek legal counsel on your own as well. And be upfront with them. Be upfront with everything. I mean, because it sounds like she owes you some serious money.
Yeah.
You can countersue her for a lot.
Well, ideally, you probably want to avoid any kind of lawsuit and get anything involved in it.
Yeah,
but you want the truth out there, and you want some kind of arbitrary agreement.
Well, and the thing is too, I don't know law like you may, but if she literally said because this is what she literally said, I am hereby terminating any and all agreements that have been made between her name and my name, and this notice is to officially end all written and verbal agreements. So, that could technically mean that any agreements that we had are off the table now. Anything that I've done.
Hold on. She can't just get your services and then say, "Oh no, I'm terminated. I don't have to pay you." I don't know that it works that way.
But I'm saying I can take down her webpage, or I can, if she's terminating any and all services and contracts, then does that mean that any work that I've done for her in the past is now mine again?
I don't know, but I would talk to a lawyer about this. So what I would do
This is something that we're not lawyers.
Yeah.
Talk to a lawyer right now.
Don't take advice from us, even if we think that we're right. Yeah, you know, I'm not going to put my head into this.
Yeah, Theta Zord, what I would do is I would not agree to meet with her lawyer or anything. I would talk to a lawyer, tell them your situation, tell them the exact same.
How should I respond? I'm saying
I would not respond at all. Silence is golden. Talk to a lawyer right now. I'm not a lawyer. None of us are on lawyers. I would say that you need to seek legal counsel in this because all I know is that contracts should work two ways and you've got a stake in it. So you need to talk to a lawyer and find out what the lawyer would advise you to do because there's something not right. So
money's tight right now, Gunner.
Thank you, Gunner. I know you've done so much for me already. I couldn't ask.
So, here's what I would do. If you want to pause and let us talk on the stream and go find legal counsel, look up legal counsel near you and just explain the situation. And let them give you some kind of advice because that's the best thing you're going to need to do is consult legal counsel.
All right. I guess I'll look up something. Give me a minute to get myself together at least. Yeah.
You got this, bro. Don't worry about it,
man. You go be good, man. Trust me.
Trust me, dude. Here's the reality, man. I mean, the fact that she's threatening you and doing all that right now means
and I've been nothing but good to her. Even when she was yelling at me in these texts, I was just saying, look, we can just go our separate ways. I don't, I think this is good. I'm glad this happened now. I don't have to, you can go your separate ways. I can go mine. And all the work that I've done for you, I've done in the good, I've done out of the goodness of my heart. I would have charged other people double and a half what I've charged you for all the work that I've done. And you've asked me to do more and more work every time. And I haven't complained at all. And I just think that it's best that we go our separate ways. I love you. God bless you. Have a Merry Christmas. I wish you all the best. Like, I've been nothing but kind to her. And she's just trying to get under my skin and trying to screw with me.
Yeah, I would not respond to any more of her texts. Go talk to a lawyer.
Yeah, man. Sometimes a lot of times you get a free consultation or whatnot, man. So hey, listen. This lady's threatening to sue me for some work I did for her, yada, 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 man. I'm telling you, dude. I know that sucks.
Well,
just be glad, but this is in just think about it. Worst case scenario, this is some civil. It could be some civil job.
And see, the thing
you're not looking at your third DUI, so you're pretty good, man.
She was my mom's friend. Like, she was my mom's friend, so that's why I gave her that price. Like, I wanted to help her out. She has an antique store where she sells comic books, and I was like, hell, this is a badass deal. Like, I get to sell comic books. I get to do all this awesome stuff. And
she's just not happy with the site or something. The website
a website. No, she was happy with the site. I'm just gonna be blunt. She's an addict. She's a meth addict, and she's psychotic. And she lives with a.
Oh, that's going to look really good on her case, huh?
Yeah, and I have texts of her trying to sell me drugs too. So
so here's the part of the movie where you have leverage now.
No kidding, dude. You got texts of her trying to sell you drugs. That's criminal.
So, look, bring all that information to a lawyer. Talk to a lawyer. I mean, honestly, this could be a total bluff on her part, but who knows?
Talking out her ass.
Yeah, just seek legal counsel. See what they say. I mean, they may be able to handle something for you for cheap, or be able to get something for you done. So just go consult legal counsel. That's what you got to do. Ignore her for a while and consult legal counsel. Because the other aspect, even if she had a lawyer to get involved, I'm not sure the lawyer's going to get you before Christmas anyway.
she has a trust. Like her husband passed away a couple years ago and left her millions of dollars, and so she has a lawyer that like apparently her husband didn't trust her with money, so he left a lawyer in charge of the money that she is supposed to get, basically. So she just bought another she just bought another business with a bunch of comic book. Let's see that's the thing too, is that she has literally like 15,000 comic books now that she's not going to know what to do with, because I was the one that was pricing them all and trying to sell them. So yeah, I mean, I don't know.
So a couple things, just talk to a lawyer. That's what you need to do. Ignore her right now. Don't worry about her threats. Talk to a lawyer. I wouldn't communicate with her anymore. I would just ignore her texts. I would ignore other stuff. If there's a phone call, just let it go to voicemail. Talk to a lawyer before you do anything. Get everything, every little bit of the situation done, and see what the lawyer says. That's the best thing I could tell you to do right now. Talk to a lawyer.
All right.
I mean, I would just look them up, look up local lawyers. I mean, it's probably too late in the day to get a hold of one, but I would say, first thing tomorrow, try and get consultation and go see a lawyer and see if they'll give you, a free consultation. Tell them what's going on. They should be able to look into this further for you. I think the way you explained it, you probably got some leverage, but you need to talk to a lawyer. That's what I would do. And I would not talk to her lawyer without talking to another lawyer.
Yeah.
In fact, you should let your lawyer talk to her lawyer.
Man, they'll start getting you some job, dude.
Yeah, exactly. Just like Stark said, let your lawyer talk to her lawyer, but you need to talk to a lawyer. So, and I don't know all the stuff around business law because that's not my specialty.
Yeah,
but look, get a lawyer. You'll be fine. They'll take care of you. Besides, if they were to take you to court, they'd have to appoint a lawyer if you didn't have one anyway. So, and I'm not sure that they have much of a case against you. So,
no, I wouldn't think so. I mean, everything was a verbal contract in the first place. So, I mean, I don't understand why. I don't understand.
Get your paperwork.
Get your paperwork and talk to a legal counsel. There's
probably some. Just look up free consultations. That won't charge you a dime. Find a lawyer that'll give you a free consultation.
Yeah, and I hate to say this, but the lawyer, if you tell them that they've got a trust fund with a lot of money, they may take you up just to get that.
Yeah.
But you've got a lot on your.
Why is she haranguing you if she got a trust fund with a bunch of more? What's wrong with you?
Like I was saying, she's living with a guy that she does drugs with, and he doesn't do any work for her, but she gives him a ton of money, and I think he's getting jealous of me actually providing services for her and actually getting her business off the ground. And he thinks that he's going to get her house, and he already has, she already bought him a car and all sorts of stuff, and a hair salon on her property. I mean, she spent like $30,000 on him in just the past 8 months. And I think that he's gotten jealous, and I think they got really high one night, that night, and he started talking shit about me, and then that's what started this. That's my guess. Anyway, I don't see any.
I was about to say, where can I find me a woman like that? And then I'm just like, wait a second. What are you? See, let me tell you something. That's where that autism thing comes in, man. It's like that crazy.
Because I don't see any other reason. Because 5 hours before she sent the termination of the contract, she sent me a message saying, "Oh, this ad is fantastic. How can we get my because she rents out a space in a place called Ironside Mall for her 3 antique shops." And she was like, "How can I get Ironside to post this advertisement on their page?" And so I messaged them and I said, "Hey, I work for this person. Kim, would you mind sharing this advertisement so that, she can get her business, advertised through your page, since you have more subscribers and members and stuff like that. And so she was all excited about it. And then 5 hours later, I get that text about, I can't do this anymore. This coming between personal and business is ruining our relationship, and I am breaking our contract as of now, and all that stuff. So I don't.
Yeah, look real quick to see if any lawyer offices come up, or free consultation, see if they're open till 5. If they are, then you might be able to make a phone call real quick and set up an appointment. Otherwise, do that. Your step one. Step 1, look up and find a lawyer. Go get a consultation. In your consultation, bring every aspect of the situation, the invoices, the text, everything you've got. Tell what's going on with her. Tell them the trust fund. Tell them what she had agreed to pay you for it. Tell them everything that you're telling us, and see what they say. The other thing you need to do is just ignore her. Let that go and talk. Ask the lawyer how you should respond. I would not respond to that text. I would not respond to any of her phone calls. I would not respond to any of that without talking to a lawyer first.
All right.
That's what you need to do. And if I would say take a moment, we can continue talking about, see if you can find consultations near you. And if you find one that's open till 5, go ahead and call them, see if you can get an appointment, and go in there and bring all the information. Basically, you just need to tell them your whole situation, even what you're telling us about not being able to afford anything.
Look, brother, you're gonna be good.
Yeah,
take a deep breath. It's not nearly as bad. I know, man. You see anything legal, you're like,
well, it's just everything. I mean, I don't have any money to pay bills. I haven't eaten in like 4 days. I'm on the edge. I mean, I'm breaking, man. Like, and then this. I don't know. Yeah, just give me a minute to kind of get myself together and look around and stuff.
You've not ate in
also,
4 days?
dude, yeah, man. If you can't, I was gonna say something earlier, man. You might want to apply for some food assistance, dude.
I've tried. I don't qualify, or I didn't, because I was making too much money at the time.
Hey, put your email in the private chat. I'll hook you up with a Walmart gift card.
Thank you.
Because Walmart's got groceries. You got a Walmart near you, right?
Yeah.
Dude, if I had any spare cash, I'd help you out, brother. But like,
I appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. No, man. I'll keep. I pray for you all the time, man. I got a whole laundry list of people I go through. So, like, yeah. Now I got some specifics to throw up there. So you're gonna be, dude. You're gonna be good. All this is gonna work. All this will work out for you, brother. I promise you, man. Listen, man. I had been.
This always just happens around my birthday and Christmas time. I feel like these holidays are cursed for me.
Man, look.
They're not cursed.
10 years ago, I couldn't walk. I had just gotten out of being put in an induced coma at UAB because I passed out and hit the floor of a marble floor, man, and like all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I'm a recovering alcoholic, man. So like,
yeah, I'm a recovering heroin addict. So 8 years sober on New Year's Day.
Oh, awesome, dude!
Oh,
yeah,
awesome.
I just got 10. That's freaking awesome, dude.
Alone. I'm glad. I've lost 3 people to junk.
Man, yeah. I'm 10 years sober on November 14th.
Yeah, congratulations.
Thanks. You too, brother. 8 years ain't nothing to sneeze at, man. Telling you. The first couple are like once you get past it a little bit, it just gets easier and easier, man. It also helps going to meetings and stuff too, man. AA good. That's a reason why God put AA. on here to help people get sober, man, to fix up. That's why in the big book you got like all that stuff about God, all in there. And basically, AA is just AA. They just substitute the words, man. And a lot of people go,
yeah,
but yeah, it's good, man. You can actually, dude. I had a stroke coming off of alcohol.
Yeah,
I should be.
I had a heart attack back in 2021.
Oh, so it was, man. I should be paralyzed and my brain all messed up.
Yeah,
I'm
sorry about that, man.
Dude. Nah, man, I'm good, dude. I'm like, let me tell you something. Everything's gonna work out. I am walking, living proof that God can turn around. If you saw, you wouldn't even recognize me, man.
No, I know. Me too. I mean, that's why at the end of that video, that theory video, I made sure to put Jesus on there, because throwing my sins down to Jesus is what I need to do to surrender to Him and just guide me to where I need to be. And maybe this is something that needs to happen. I don't know why, but I'll learn from it.
You know, I'm telling you,
you have a massive community that can help you. They did the exact same thing for me.
Yeah, but you have a lot of people that know you a lot better. You have a lot of people that know you a lot better, and you know have been around you a lot more. I think a lot of less people know about me, and to be honest, I don't think I'm very entertaining at this point. I mean, I think I need a lot of work to get to the point.
We can always improve. Hell, I set such impossibly high standards for myself. So
I do too. Yeah.
The end goal is you'll never please yourself, but normally people will find you entertaining.
I'm really blessed that people like Gunner and Casey Azowski, you know, donate and become members at the highest level, and you know, other people. I know West, I think, has donated a couple of bucks here and there.
West Cagle is very, very awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so I am.
Gunner is very awesome.
Gunner is amazing.
I hope you get your truck fixed, dude.
I wouldn't.
Man should never be parted with his truck, man.
Yeah, if I had my car fixed, I could at least go do DoorDash again. That's what I used to do when I needed, you know, to pay bills. But my mom's husband just completely destroyed my car. He took it apart. I had somebody that was going to take it to his garage and teach a bunch of kids how to fix a Cadillac using my car and fix it for free. But my mom's husband just took it apart, and the pieces are missing and all sorts of stuff. And so that's kind of out the window at this point.
What do you got? Like, do you work on cars?
Cadillac SRX luxury.
Oh God! If it's a starter issue, you're gonna have to take the whole damn engine apart to get to it.
I'm sure.
The starter?
Cadillac engines and Cadillacs.
Oh, I know, man. They put that stuff in weird places, so you have to pay a bunch of money. So you have people. They'll stick stuff to where you had to pull the engine to get the thing.
You have to pull off. You have to pull off the heads. You have.
Yeah, man. That's what they do. I
had somebody to do it for free.
I got a Toyota Corolla, man. And like when my starter was going out right after I bought it for my brother, and I've had to work on every car that I've ever owned because I've never had. Yeah, so one was cool. I had a muscle car. I told that one out though, man. I blacked that on Xanax and drinking, and told that sucked. But
double downers. Oh my God,
there's some evil pills, man. Whoa, things are in devil. Anyway, but the starter was going out, and you know, I always heard that, you know, that trick, like you know, so I had to, because I went and bought the part, because like you pop the hood, the starter's right down there, you can see it. Just reach down there, but right there in the front, like a sensible person would put stuff in there. That's why Toyota, man, Japanese superior. I will never go back to anything like American or anything. Like I'm Toyota or Honda all the way. But I had to, while I was waiting, I bought the starter online, man, and I had to like and it was going out. I knew it was going out because I would go out there and I'd turn the key. I remember when it happened, and I'm just like, it took me about, because, you know, I had to start go out on my Honda I had before, and I was like, I beat on that thing for a couple of months, man, because I think I was still drinking at the time. So I was like, I couldn't need starter alcohol. So, you know, of course, I'm not going to buy the starter, but I tapped on it. Gonna say, you can usually, if you can get to it, you can tap on those things, man, and get a little life out of them, because it's surprising when that motor and all the torque that's in there, when they start to go, the slightest little thing, it'll start to catch, but just tapping it, and usually those things will kick over. But from what you're saying, wait, is SRX, is that two-door? I was trying to picture that car. See, man,
Gunner says, it's a diesel, so they could be the fuse or the batteries. Had to get it towed home.
No, it's not a diesel.
No, Gunner's truck is a diesel.
Okay. Sorry.
So Thetasord, that should get you. I got you.
Thank you so much, man. I appreciate it.
I got you taken care of, bro. So you that hopefully will help you out if you can get to a Walmart tonight.
Yeah,
you'll be good.
I can borrow my mom's car.
You need to eat tonight. I am having a Thirsty Thursday party from 7 to 1 Eastern, but get you some food and then come late.
That's going to be the first thing I do for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, go take that and go get you food. Go get you what you need. Stuff you can easily cook or put away or eat. But hopefully that's enough for you to be able to eat off for at least a week or so, right?
Yeah, I can get some food. I probably won't be able to stream after tomorrow, but
well, hang out with me tonight, and we'll get your mind off of it. We'll have fun at the party.
Yeah,
Thursday party.
Yeah, take what I sent you and go get food with that, bro. We'll get you taken care of, and then starts on it to get you a GoFundMe set
Max
up.
hasn't hit me back yet, but I'm sure he wouldn't mind.
Yeah, so
I appreciate that.
We'll get you taken care of, but your next steps: go look up some lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
Contact them tomorrow morning, first thing. Get up early. See if you can get in the office tomorrow morning. Get everything together, and then just totally ignore that other person. Okay.
Yeah.
Hey, I totally agree with Gunner. Rob, you are freaking cool as all heck, man. And I know we're only like a couple of years apart, so it's like as soon as you said a few things, I was like, this dude is just like me with the transfer stuff, and you're super.
Rob,
you guys are all freaking cool. You too. Yeah. I've seen you in chats before, like especially on Mike on
Comic Relief Crusader.
Yeah, Comic Crusaders.
Occasionally, sometimes whenever I'm free, I hang out with them.
But he said he's having internet troubles, so
I love. Yeah, I love Mike. I absolutely.
He's funny.
He is. Yeah, man. It was.
But Brandon, does that sound like a good plan? Do you have it in place?
Yeah, I just need to get my head together, and I'm gonna look up some lawyers.
I move on to new business. That business being that we all have ourselves a little prayer for our good friend here.
Yeah,
go for it. Yeah, I move to that too. Let's go.
Motion passes.
Word. Let's do it. I've already prayed for him twice since we've been here.
Yeah. Heavenly Father, we beseech you today for our good friend Theta Zord, who is going through trials and tribulations that have been set before him that are seemingly impossible. Give him the strength and the foresight to be able to push through these obstacles, as you know that you will. Teach him the lessons that he will learn from this trial and tribulation. Be there for him whenever he stumbles. Be there for him whenever he falls. We love you, Jesus, and Jesus loves you, Theta Zord. So I'm hoping that he moves on you tonight. Please, Heavenly Father, move on our good friend Theta Zord, and give him the strength and the power and that he needs, and the serenity to be able to make the hard decisions when they come. In Jesus' name, which is eternal, I pray. Amen.
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 Amen. You're gonna be good, brother. I know you are, man.
Good. So
you're gonna be good. Also, Gunner could be if it's something with a diesel fuel, you could have got water in there too, man. That'll make that if you get
Water
some
will
water.
fuck a diesel up.
Oh god,
yeah.
man. We were making biodiesel when I was working at Auburn University, and we ran it in one of our we had a Ford, like a 2007 Ford F350 diesel, turbo diesel. Man, we ran some of that crap, or they put some of that crap in there, and it was like, oh, I know it had water and stuff. Dude, if you have only been making biodiesel for a little while, don't put it in your car.
Yeah. Anyway, Theta Zord, sounds like you got a plan. Do we want to continue the stream and finish up, or what do you want to do?
We have an hour until Tony's stream, and then we'll raid Tony's stream. So give me like 5 minutes, and let me.
All right. Well, I'm going to go to the facilities, and I think just to get back into the spirit of the season, we should probably do the unboxing. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. That's cool. Since we're talking about Transformers.
Now I know we all been talking about G1 stuff, but my Despot and that I've got right here, these things are absolutely fantastic. The trans art.
Oh,
this
wow.
freaking Transmetal Megatron from Transart is one of the coolest. Man, this thing is. It is insanely show accurate.
Oh wow, that's awesome.
It's even got the roller skates, dude, and it's got wheels, and it's got shocks on the wheels. This thing was, I want to say, $114, man. It's got a let me tell you, I shit you not. It comes with a pair of white gloves so you can pet him without smudging that purple chrome.
Oh my gosh, that's cool.
I wish I had him in dyno mode, man. I can show you. It comes with like rubber white gloves, so you could because it's like here, I can pull the head. I think I can get to the head real quick. Show you how it is. Just and it took me forever because I was like, Optimus Prime is not a monkey, and then somebody was just like, no, dude, watch Beast Wars, and I watched Beast Wars, and I'm like, Beast Wars made G1 better. It actually reinforced and put some stuff behind it and made it. In my opinion, I love Beast Wars. I think it's the most well-written Transformer show ever.
I've seen 1 or 2 episodes, but I've not.
You've never got into it, dude. You've got to treat yourself and watch. I'm telling you, it is. And this is, dude, diehard G1 fan. Beast Wars is a masterpiece. It's a masterpiece in voice acting. It's a masterpiece in writing. And some people have a little problem. It's the 90s CGI. I don't have a problem with it, but it is so good. The story is just, dude. And then I don't want to spoil anything. Watch Beast Wars. That's all I got to say, man. Dude, I can't believe you hadn't seen it. You got to watch it. It's so good. I mean, I was just like, I don't care about dinosaurs and monkeys and mosquitoes and wasps and scorpions. Who gives a crap? I watched Beast Wars, and I was just like, wound up getting a whole bunch of those old Kenner toys.
Beast Wars, and how old prehistoric Megatron wanted to create a paradox. The end of it.
Man, it's good, dude, and it's so good. I'll take this thing is, and I was like, I thought you might have. I figured you'd seen it. That's why I broke out the Transmetal Megatron, because I figured.
I'm familiar with the characters, and I think that's an awesome character. I mean, wow.
David K's.
All right, I'll be right back, gentlemen. I'm going to grab a quick bite to eat.
Righto.
David
K's Megatron it's like Shakespeare. Yes. It's just the whole voice cast, which is great because they're acting. They're getting the script. They're acting. They animate the show based on their recorded lines. They're not like trying to. It's an absolute. I'm telling you, treat yourself and watch it. It's written so well. There hasn't been. It is. Yeah, and being a G1 dude, it is my favorite Transformer series. I'd say, well, that G1, but it like makes G1 even better. It's great.
Yeah.
I can't sing the praises enough, man. And I was just
I've seen a couple of spoiler episodes where the original Ravage comes back and where they go to the Ark, but I'm going to go back and check it out. But I think we covered most of season 2. I thought season 2 is probably the most watchable out of the G1 still.
It is. And like you said, man, Nikita Vector Sigma, when I got the Rhino DVDs, when they came out in I believe it was 2002, that's when I got back into collecting. The first thing I had was that Japanese Jinrai or Power Master Optimus Prime with the Apex armor. Because I never had Power Master Prime, I always wanted him. And then I saw a commercial for that's why. See, everybody was our age was at about 2002, 2003. We're starting, late 20s, 30s, and we're starting to think about the stuff that we grew up with and enjoying it and everything. And then, they message boards way before Facebook and Twitter and whatnot. There were message board. I used to hang out on one. It was awesome. But
yeah, I think it's just awesome. Getting kind of into season 3, I thought season 3, season 3 is the most odd because I think the problem with season 3 is the animation errors were awful. And
it's because they got ACOM to do it, and their animation is awful.
Yeah, I mean they got a Mexican company to do it, and they shipped it out, and it totally messed it up. But it's divided because I think there are some really good episodes, but there's a lot of really bad episodes.
Are you reading the Energon Universe comics from Skybound?
No, but I'm familiar with them.
Well, in Void Rivals, which is a totally Robert Kirkman's writing it, and it's a totally I recommend reading it. It's great, but it takes place in space. It's got some original characters. It's basically taking place in space with season 3. It's season 3 characters showing up all over the place, man. I mean, just all kinds of different characters that you would never think that would Skugsoid is a recurring character. Quintesson's a recurring character.
Cool.
It's really cool. The problem, those first few in season 2, part 1, there was a lot of those. ACOM did a handful of those episodes that. Oh, it was City of Steel, the Autobot Run. Oh God, the Core, those things, and they looked. The color gradient it makes it
actually a good story, but it just the animation
looks so awful.
Yeah, it was bad.
I mean, Toei now. Transformers the movie is an absolute masterpiece. If you
yeah. Hey, Wes Cagle, how are you?
That's when Toei is given some time and let them up. Man, can you imagine if they did an hand-drawn animated Transformers series let Toei do it?
Great animation in season 3 and a couple episodes, like Call the Primitives.
A lot of people that one looks. It's a little anime-ish. A lot of the stuff, it's very, especially with the antenna on their heads is it reminds me of Gundam or something like that. It's good. It looks fantastic.
Wow, they drew Unicron and so badass like that. Instead of
dude, I don't think whoever drew that episode, dude, it reminds me of it reminds me of Mobile Suit Zeta Gundam. It's got that same look with all the details. Like when it shows Unicron, you can see a million details. Panel, what would be panel lines. I don't even. Those people. That is an art form that's that's like this 3D stuff, the computer generated stuff. 2D animation is absolute art. It's beautiful, and none of this CG stuff can even. It's not even. It's trash compared to that stuff. But that one, let's see.
The Call of the Primitives is the best animated one. My favorite episode of season 3. I like Return of Optimus Prime, but Dark Awakening.
Dark Awakening. You know something?
Probably the best episode.
I saw that because I was still, I don't know if you're like me, but like all the kids that went to go see the movie, man, were kind of in mourning for the next several months because like.
Well, here's what happened with me with the movie. So the soundtrack came out like
hey, before we get into season 3 real hardcore, do you want to talk about the 86 movie first? Because it comes in between season 2 and 3.
We can. I just don't know. I know you got an hour, so I didn't know if we want to spend it on the movie.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit about the movie and what y'all think about the new characters as opposed to the old characters, and if any of them replaces, or if you felt that they were a cheap knockoff.
Okay. I'll start with the movie because this story is about the movie real quick. So the soundtrack came out like a couple weeks before the movie, and we got this. Friends of mine got the soundtrack on record, vinyl back then, and one of the titles of one of the songs on the soundtrack was "The Death of Optimus Prime." So before the movie started,
exactly, they weren't hyping it very well.
We also had the commercial "Does Prime Die?"
Yeah, "Does Prime Die?" because they were like trying to soften the blow for a lot of kids.
But we saw it. We saw that, and so we kind of knew, hey, something's going to happen. Prime's going to die here, and we were thinking, oh, they'll bring it back or something like that. So the shock wasn't as heavy on myself and my friends when we went to go see it. We thought it was really cool. I love Transformers the movie. I mean, when it came out on VHS, I rented that thing almost every weekend.
I had to buy a copy from Canada because my local rental shop, they didn't have. Apparently, the USA didn't have a VHS copy in the USA to sell, so I had to buy one from Canada and get it shipped to here, and it had the scroll, and everything from the original. Yeah. So it was brilliant. I absolutely love that thing. I ran that thing out until it was dead.
Dude, my friend told me he had seen the movie. He told me what happened. Optimus Prime. I said, "Did Optimus Prime die?" And he's like, "Yeah." And I was like, still though, I was like, it was just that. I could watch that today and still get broken up about it. That is just like, because like Nelson Shin, the director, said he just tried to portray it like a person, a human dying. Mm-hmm. And Peter Cullen just went in that music that it's playing, man. It's just like
same guy that did Rocky did a lot of that.
Yeah, Vince DiCola.
Yeah, he did Rocky.
That's so cool that you had the soundtrack
But the part of the movie for the touch came out before that, like a month.
Before that.
Is this the part of the stream where the Decepticons puts in his 2 cents? Whenever he died, I was quite happy about it.
Can I ask what each of y'all's favorite characters from specifically the 86 movie is y'all's favorite?
Wreck-Gar, man. Wreck-Gar was pretty cool.
Wreck-Gar was cool.
I was always a Springer and Ultra Magnus kind of
Ultra Magnus.
I'm with you, Robert. Right, Springer and Ultra Magnus, and even Blur. Even though he was annoying, I loved his character because I loved that Micro Machine voice.
Oh yeah, I liked him too. But like with Springer, I got better things to do tonight than die.
Exactly.
And I always thought it showed that he had a relationship with RC.
Yeah, he was always my favorite character.
Yeah,
I don't know, but RC have something going on with Hot Rod too.
I don't think so.
Well, it was a little bit of
I think they were more just best friends.
But they were like, it was oh hey, I wasn't worried for a microsecond. You didn't understand the situation, but like, dude, that freaking from the time the movie opens. See, they don't see all this coddling garbage that let's make it for kids nowadays. Get the man, Generation X don't care. Man, the first 2 minutes of the movie is mass genocide of a planet. Little kids running around, all them dead.
Oh yeah.
And then you get to see all of your beloved characters die horrifically. Prowl just burns from and I'm just like, wait a second. How did
Oh, yeah.
Scavenger? How did
When they
Scavenger
scuttled the
kill?
shuttle.
How did Scavenger kill Prowl with one blast from that little pea shooter he's got?
Well, here's the problem that they explained in the opening is that remember the Autobots were real low on energon.
Low on energon, exactly. Somebody else had said that, and that is a retcon. It is the best retcon.
And
there is, or as an explanation, and it makes perfect sense.
Yeah, all we need is a little energon and a lot of luck.
A lot of luck.
More than you imagine.
And the animation of that movie is prime, if I may be so bold as to say. It was the epitome of animation at the time. It was awesome.
Now the new, as far as the new characters, but like in the movie, Optimus Prime is my favorite. He's always been my favorite Transformer. It is just that is still. There is no great. I mean, look at it, dude. I mean, I'm not saying Optimus Prime is Jesus, but no greater love hath someone than to lay down his life for his friends. He comes down there, saves everybody from getting killed, and dies in the process of saving everybody else. That's the most heroic thing ever. I mean,
yeah, absolutely. I adore Transformers the movie and just all the different intricacies. I think it's a good story. It's fat. It's well paced.
It is the year 2005.
The music is badass. I love
it's totally. It's freaking. Oh man, dude. That metal version of the theme, and then when I remember watching when the camera went through the O in movie, I was like, ah! And they like 2 years in the making because it took them 2 years to animate that thing.
Yeah, and that's why you didn't have any of the combiners or any of the late season 2.
The only ones that had the
cone heads. Devastator.
They had like the beginning of they had the beginning of season 2, like season 2 part 1.
Beating in the wall on Autobot City.
Really
yeah.
Still though, it was so you could. They were like they could finally up the stakes out what would happen on the show if this happened, and you see how freaking Devastator is in the. As soon as he's prepare for extermination, and you're just like, and Springer's like, I got better stuff to do than die because he's fitting to kill all of us.
Yeah, and you know the other thing about that, you had all the fights at the beginning and all that, and then we have the controversial thing. For me, Skywarp is Cyclonus. I'm sorry.
Oh yes, he is. He is. I agree.
You're gonna have to fight.
Thundercracker is Scourge.
I believe that's the same thing.
I just don't understand why they wanted to transform the Insecticons of all people.
No, you know what trips out though, man? For all the animation errors in the cartoon, they still had to have some in the movie. Like when two red rumbles transform when they're flying up there. I remember watching that the first time. I was like, they did it in the movie. I was a kid, and I was like, they did it in the movie.
Yeah. First we cracked the nuts, then we
first we cracked their shell.
Let me tell you, when I rented it, I wanted to know who voiced who because that was the first time that we actually knew who voiced who, and I was like, Frank Welker, and I because I rented it and I wrote all that down on a piece of paper. I remember Frank Welker. I was like, dude, this guy Frank Welker's voiced like the whole cast. I was like,
yeah,
that was the first time I got a glimpse as to how, and then it.
And I love the line, nobody calls Soundwave uncharismatic.
Uncharismatic.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's get down. And yeah. Skywarp is the original Seekers. That I never had the toy as a kid, but that purple and black looks so freaking cool.
We had him, he was badass. We had all the Seekers.
My brother had a Diaclone, an actual Diaclone Starscream. And it took me, it was years later that I figured out what it was because it had the little man that comes with it. Oh, yeah. It was the F-15 Eagle, and it was legit. It was like a Diaclone. I guess I think Diaclone was the one that made where the Seeker mold came from. But it had the little man, the little pilot, and then it was like later on getting on message boards, learning all this stuff. that you find out that all those things, that's why the Dinobots had those things that you could open up, the little compartments, because you could fit a little man in there.
Yeah. Me, Grimlock, kick butt.
Oh, that was, man, that was great. And I remember renting it from the store, and I was like, dude, I can't wait to hear Spike say shit again. And it was like, and they didn't put it in that first initial VHS release. They didn't have the cursing in there. They didn't have him. So they took that out.
Yeah.
Oh,
but they had the cursing to get a PG rating so that it would be on more screens. So,
oh, shit. What are we going to do now?
Yeah. And then, of course, the damn it, open. But yeah, I mean, I thought Transformers movie was so cool. I mean, we could go on for hours and hours about that, but I know you guys don't have all the time, and we got to get
a base topic of the '86 movie. So we can move on to the third season now. But
yeah, we already started talking about some of them. We mentioned that Dark Awakening is one of the best episodes.
Yeah, that was one of the first ones I saw, and I was like, for some reason, when they got on that thing, it was like, and you heard them say, for all the Autobots we lost in the Great War. And I was like, Optimus Prime. And then you hear Daniel say that. And I'm just like, and then they bring him back. I'm like, oh, hey, he's back, but he's messed up. This is, and we just kill him all over again. But it was pretty, it was pretty hardcore, though.
Yeah. Now, I'm not a Optimus Prime fan, hardly at all, but I love the fight between him and Optimus.
Yeah.
And Optimus kind of comes to his senses, and he says, I can't help them, but you will lead them. And he opens his chest and puts the Matrix back in.
Yeah.
And gives the last command to the Autobots and says to all are one. It gives you the feels. And
it does.
That's Prime in a nutshell right there.
Although another of probably and they did it, and I know they took their time doing it because the people cared about the animation in the Return of Optimus Prime is probably it's right up there with it's different from Call of the Primitives, but it's the best of all the toy episodes. And that one, they do shadows, they do all kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
they spent a lot of time doing that because they were like, we done effed up, we got to bring him back, let's work on this for a while, because you can look at it and you can just tell, man, that they and they get well,
I like, when you talk about the Return of Optimus Prime, we go into that's like my second favorite one behind Dark Awakening.
Yeah, I
just think Dark Awakening is a better story, but like you had the beginning with the Terracons and the Technobots fighting over the alloy, and I always liked the dichotomy of the Terracons because they were kind of cool. You had like dragons and monsters.
And that was Hunger was one of the more articulated G1 figures. His legs moved and he had knees.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so was Scattershot. Scattershot had legs and knees, which, for a G1 figure, like, whoa, his legs can go forward and he can bend his knee.
Yeah.
But I like that. And then the girl's legs got crushed, but you know what trips out though? In the hospital, all the Protectobots are sitting in the hospital with their guns, and Swindle is sitting there with them. It's got somebody drew Swindle in there.
Yeah, one of the animation errors in that. Of course, we had so many animation errors in that, but yeah, and then you get Optimus Prime. It's true, our leader's back, and then I love. And that the scene where they go to Char and Galvatron's trying to fight off all the Decepticons that are infected.
Yeah, they're all coming after Predator King, Scourge, Cyclonus.
Oh yeah, my favorite line is they trust him and they go in the thing and he goes, how do you know you could trust me? He's like, we can't, but I know you so well, Galvatron.
Yeah, he's like,
yeah.
You told me it was important, but you didn't tell me why.
Yes.
That's because I know you too well, Galvatron.
Yeah. Which I thought was so awesome. And then, you get the Quintesson, makes him impervious. He goes and gets the Major from Rodimus Prime, which is a cool battle. And then,
have you ever seen Dr. Smooth's like dubs on YouTube? They're probably about 20 years old.
I knew
it's the rude awakening of Optimus Prime. There's one Shockwave's Burden.
I knew.
Wow.
I knew.
Dude.
I knew somebody who knew Randall Ing.
Oh wow.
Oh, dude, those guys are freaking. Their voice acting is so.
Is still working on that fan film. They're still working on it,
dude. It's hilarious. They go back and they do. It's I love when you kept talking about the Dinobots earlier. All I kept talking about, Wheeljack. Why'd you make the Dinobots with tiny brains? I want them to be authentic. That's the most retarded thing I've ever heard in my life. Well, and the Shockwave's burden. Hey, that's awesome. You bitch. He's like, oh, female Autobots stealing your energy, and then they blast him. You can't shoot for shit, Shockwave.
You gotta remember. I thought they were extinct.
Yeah.
Female.
Robert. You should check them out, man. It's like
I will. I'll have to check those out.
SOS. There's SOS Dinobots. Shockwave's burden is one of the funniest. The Rude Awakening of Optimus Prime and Heavy Metal Fight, which is Heavy Metal War. But
awesome.
One of my favorite Dr. Smooth Randall Ing collabs has the Decepticon Epic Mealtime. That shit was so funny. You remember that one? Whenever they was making an Energon cube, and he's like, "This is going to be the most compact Energon cube ever made," and he even had like the square birds in it.
I haven't seen that. I saw the one where they kept trying to do the
tire strips like they used to do with bacon strips.
Oh no, I had seen that. I had seen the one where they kept trying to do the commercial.
Megatron's got the sunglasses on.
Cool.
Not Megatron. No, yeah, Soundwave glasses making the Energon cube from his chest. Domino motherfucker with the swear birds.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a link in the private chat for you, Rob. So
I'll check it out. I'll check it out and let you guys know. But a couple other episodes that I like that at season 3. I love Starscream's Ghost and Ghost in the Machine.
Oh yeah, that was
that was cool.
For some reason back then I missed Ghost in the Machine. I don't know how it was, but I missed it, and somebody else had told me about it, and it wasn't until later that until a long time later.
Gotta remember Web World, man.
I love that. I love the monkey.
Yeah, Web World is interesting. But like Ghost of the Machine and Starscream's Ghost. So Starscream's Ghost introduces the Decepticon Crypt.
Going
after Octane, and he.
I love Octane too.
He occupies Cyclonus's body, and I think he only. The reason why I think he could occupy Cyclonus is Cyclonus used to be Skywarp. So
right,
and then. Later on, it goes to the machine. He occupies Scourge and then Astrotrain. And
Tripticon.
They try and rebuild Unicron and bring in Tripticon up there, and Tripticon fighting the other Decepticons because Starscream's in him. And they do like the labors for Unicron. And one of the cool lines in there that I think gets overlooked is Starscream's going to get Tripticon. Scourge is told to stay at Unicron's brain, and Scourge tries to go away, and Unicron point blank tells him, "What I've given you,
I can take." Yeah, that's a line that it's so casually thrown in there, but like he's like, "Oh yeah, you created him." That was a nice throwback to the movie. And it's overlooked a lot, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, I want to show off my
deformation space.
Oh, wow. You got the deformation space. That's badass. That's awesome.
And I painted the cockpit so that it's actually like the cartoon accurate color. It's a gold enamel.
Mm-hmm. That is awesome.
I still got to get Thundercracker. I still know. I got Starscream and Skywarp, but I don't have Thundercracker. Hey, are those for your Decepticon symbols? Do you use like water slide decals?
Sometimes I use the metallic water slides. Sometimes I use these ones by what's his name? Jimmy Hauser on eBay. He sells some amazing longer, wider Decepticon logos for the earlier.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Like I've got the one the ocean logos are the one that I get like
so I have that on my on my Seekers and on my Astro Train. You can see that on the side.
Yeah, that's a bigger one than I got. Where'd you get those big?
On eBay through Jimmy Hauser. Look up Jimmy Hauser. He sells these. They're really good prices.
How you spell Hauser?
Hauser.
Oh, like Cole Hauser. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. This is another one of my favorite figures, along with his best friend, Skywarp. I mean, Blitzwing.
I can't wait till the fans toys Blitzwing.
I know. I'm telling you, man. There's so much stuff. I'm gonna have to sell a kidney. I
actually don't know if I'm gonna switch. I think that this one is just good enough. The only thing that's different is in tank mode, it has the cockpit kind of sticking out the front. But other than that, I love the transformation. I love how easy it is to transform. It's fun to play with anytime. Just pick it up, and you get a good transformation. It looks awesome.
Oh, it looks awesome. It's kind of on the light side, and it doesn't have any die cast in it, does it?
Yeah, well, it does have a little bit, but not a lot.
Yeah. But anyway, I know that Stark was going to mention one of his favorite episodes is Web World.
Web World and the Ultimate Weapon are my favorites.
Yeah, the Ultimate Weapon's also.
Just very
talk about those two. Stark
episode. You know me. They didn't get a lot of just Decepticon centric episodes, but Web World is by far the one that sticks out the most. So.
Well, I thought they were going to fix Galvatron too. I was hoping they were going to fix him. I was just like, he brought his plasma, some sort of plasma accident.
Plasma.
Well, no. It was so. What happened was when he was thrown out of Unicron, he ended up on a planet and landed in the plasma, and he was taking a plasma bath for however long it was between Transformers the movie and the season 3 episodes, which could have been years of days. And the amount of time that he spent in the plasma bath made him stronger, but it also affected his circuitry to make him a little bit crazier. And that's what the key thing about that. And what I thought was that they were going to try and almost revert him back to Megatron there, which I thought would have been interesting. But
I just kind of wanted him to fix him so he wouldn't be such a. Maybe dial back the lunacy a little bit. And what's cool, Frank Welker is such a master voice actor that what he did was he made Galvatron's voice is a younger, more manic Megatron. That's how he did that. And I mean, that's great, dude. Comes up.
That's so awesome.
And this is the regular Shockwave, but I painted it to be the plus version.
Oh, wow. You did a great job painting it.
It looks good, man.
That looks awesome.
Yeah.
Looks great.
The Ultimate Weapon, Stark, do you want to talk about that real quick?
We're actually about half an hour out.
Oh, okay.
Well,
real quick, we'll end with the Ultimate Weapon because I think it was probably one of the best plotted episodes because the Decepticons distract the Autobots and Swindle goes and steals Metroplex's transforming cog, which I think was actually a brilliant move. And of course, the Autobots counter by stealing Trypticons, which I think that's just awesome. That worked out. That was one of the best plotted ones. And I don't know if that episode had any animation errors.
Oh, look at that Unicron.
Cool.
Are we gonna do a duel of the Unicrons?
Oh, we could do it. We could do that.
I don't have a Unicron, so
no. Diesel and Tony.
We had the voices of Orson Welles.
I have summoned you here for a purpose. Nobody summons Megatron! Allow me the pleasure to be the first.
Ooh. You definitely got the better Unicron for sure. Hold on.
That is a really
purpose. Then please.
Well, let's just do the transcript. Give me a second.
Welcome, Megatron.
I had to make sure, man. I had to keep fluid in my throat, man, because I can't get the gargling like Orson Welles dying / synthesizer sound.
Hail to Osaka Chandal in the chat.
Hey, Osaka.
Now, when it comes to like whenever I do Orson Welles, I'm more of a War of the Worlds and Frozen Peas era Frozen Peas era where
I'm trying to do his Unicron filtered through run it through the synthesizer like Nelson Chin when they recorded Orson Welles. He was so sick, he was just like I can't use this. So he's like, I ran it through a synthesizer, and that's how it makes him sound.
No remote bomb in Lincolnshire.
And that was the last thing he did before he died, too. That's crazy.
Yeah, and then after this, we're gonna do the unboxing, and then
yeah, we are getting a bit behind.
Yeah, go ahead and take over and do what y'all need to do so that Tony can get his stream started.
Let me grab the link for my Thirsty Thursday, which I'll have to push to like 7:15 just to set everything up, or 7:10.
I appreciate you being here, man. Thank you.
Oh, I appreciate you, and we're gonna help you out,
dude. You're gonna be good, brother.
Tony, do you want to do that unboxing real quick too?
Yeah, I'm getting the link for my video now.
Okay,
for
cool.
My show coming up.
Sweet.
And then once that was dumb. There we go. Alrighty, and I think I have a wrench here. We'll be doing a chat guide. This is Thirsty Thursday, so every hour I put up a poll, and the chat determines what the panel does for the next hour for about 5-6 hours. It's a pretty fun format.
Cool.
Go ahead, grab the box here.
Oh, real quick too. This is gonna be my Thetazord that I'm building. I'm customizing to be my Thetazord character, and this is the weapon that he's going to wield.
That's badass.
Thank you.
Good job.
Cool, dude. You got mad customization skills.
I appreciate that, man. It's just a lot of trial and error.
Yeah, I don't, man. I barely. Dude, I'm so OCD sometimes with those water slide decals. It'll take me like 4 or 5 times before I get it right. I'm like down to the micron.
I'm the same way. I'm a perfectionist, and if I mess up any little thing, I have to start all over.
Yep, that's why I like painting. Forget about it. I'm not even going to attempt it because I know that I would see every little flaw in it, and I'd never be able to.
Yeah, that's why I had to screw up on so many different projects in the first place to be able to get the courage to actually do something right. So I'm finally at the point where I feel comfortable enough to do something where it's actually a novice or an intermediate looking job. I'd like to get like an airbrush, but I do it all by regular brush.
Yeah, man. If you could get like one of the like what they use to paint Gundam kits.
Yeah, exactly. Like a sci-fi model guy, he has an airbrush kit that he paints all of his.
Sean's amazing.
Yeah,
he does amazing.
Yeah, I could use a lesson or two from him because he does amazing work.
It's a Gundam's got a he's got another Twitter account called It's a Gunpla, and he shows off a lot of the stuff that he's working on when he uses his airbrush. That dude is well, I mean, you know, his name's It's a Gundam, so he spent just years, and there's no telling how much time he spent into painting those things.
Oh, they're even in Christmas wrappers. I haven't had a Christmas gift and a Christmas gift wrapper in almost 10 years.
Oh yeah. So there are 2 ones that look like a square. You can open those online, but there are 3 others that are kind of bubble wrapped and kind of wrapped in wrapping paper that you may want to open up on the stream. Definitely.
This was my Christmas present to myself because I don't get Christmas presents anymore.
I love how he's got the bugle, and I love how the ones with the face plates are able to play the bugle.
Yeah.
Like
Pretty
the Energon, you remember the Energon O's commercial? He's just like, or it was the SOS Wheel. It was something about mouth. I don't even telling Wheeljack right in your mouth that he's like, I don't even have a mouth, you dumb shit. Those are that Dr.
All right,
Smooth
Tony,
stuff.
you gonna pull up the screen?
Yep. Give me a second.
Cool.
I'm in my room, so I want to keep it neat.
I'll put you on full screen if I can figure it out.
We're gonna go from little to big.
Okay. Well, if you go from little to big, the little is going to reveal something.
A little.
Let me get my camera set up here. And move that out of the shot. You don't want that in the shot, Morty. Alrighty.
You may want to.
Thank you, Robert. Right. Thank you so much, buddy.
A little one, but
we're going to start with the card.
Okay.
Hold on. Start with the card.
A lot of sentimental stuff in that card.
Huh?
I'm just kidding. I was like, oh, there's a lot of sentimental stuff in that card. No.
Well, as soon as I get the damn thing to switch here.
And thank you again, Robert, for.
Oh yeah, dude, I'm just glad we took care of you. You're gonna eat tonight, bro. That's the important thing.
That's gonna be amazing.
Here's the Christmas card. And it says, and I quote, hope the happiness and wonder that are such a part of the holiday season stay with you throughout the year. Tony, thank you for all your help with YouTube. Thank you for being on my show and for being, man, that's some old cursive.
Yeah, sorry about that. Hey, Peter Venkman, fan site. How are you?
All of the, it was a blast hanging out with you in Knoxville. I hope you and your family have a Merry Christmas and that you enjoy these gifts from Rob.
Yep. Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. So here we go. I'm going to start little to big.
Okay.
So this is the small one here.
Okay. This one's fitting. So this one's fitting.
It's a Blu-ray.
No.
Oh, okay. I was just trying to guess the shape. That's the only thing I know that shape. It's a book.
Nice.
We do a show on every month and we've been going through the decade of the 80s. So nothing but CD of the 80s. Assuming
dude, I remember those commercials.
Yeah.
Yes. Magnificent.
All right. This next one is very, very, very important.
Very important. So be gentle with it.
No, you can open it up. I mean, you can rip the paper. It's fine. But this one,
I'm weird like that. I'm usually don't like shredding the paper all over the place. I do have a show that I got to do.
Yeah. Any credit to my wrapping skills?
That's very good, man.
Phenomenal. My presents never look this neat. Whenever I would wrap them.
No, mine either. Occasionally, I'll get one that looks decent, but rarely.
I got pretty good at it, man. It's one of those. It's
like folding shirts. You got a lot of care and practice.
Stand strong. 365 devotions for men by men.
God bless, man. That's awesome.
Nice.
Cool.
So, Stark, that's very important. That's a daily devotional. It's maybe a 5-minute read, but it gives you scripture. It gives you manly advice.
That's awesome.
It's the thing that I mentioned would help you the most.
That's beautiful, man.
Thank you so much, brother.
That is cool.
I'm going to set that right here so it'll be the first thing I read when I sit down in the morning.
Yeah, I hope that helps you out. Now I can't wait for you to open these other gifts. I hope you're able to remove the bubble wrap from them. I had to put bubble wrap around them.
Did you pop the bubble wrap? All right, so.
Okay, that one's going to give away one of the surprises, but that's okay.
One of the surprises, huh? Oh, look at this. As soon as I can.
I just hope things didn't break. That's all I care about.
Oh, wow. Oop. Wow, dude. Amazing.
It's a Combiner Wars figure.
That is that's the extra guy, right?
Yeah.
And the one instead of Wild Rider, you got that guy. I forget his name.
Don't tell him. Don't tell him. He's actually got some of the regular feet from some of the Combiner Wars. So
that is very, very cool.
Yep. Oh, I can't wait for you to open the other two.
The other two small ones, or
no,
the other
two big ones
that are normal size.
The big ones are normal size.
Let me throw away this.
Woohoo! I'm so glad it didn't get damaged.
I'm so glad I saved these. I would have been devastated.
Oh, dude. Because these are worth some money too.
Oh, well, I appreciate it. You know, I'll always protect them.
Be right back.
Merry Christmas, man. Merry Christmas, Tony.
So
yeah,
much.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, hold on, I didn't even show this big one here before I tore into it. You can see why I don't do many unboxings.
Hey, and Rob,
There he
right?
is.
Rob, whenever you want to do another stream together, feel free to message me and let me know when you're available.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll do. Love this. This is awesome.
I'm sorry that it got kind of screwed up.
No. Hey, dude, life happens, and I'm just glad we're here to help you.
With the shockwave gun? Are you serious?
Yes. So basically, you've got two add-on kits on him. The add-on kit does allow him to hold the shockwave gun. The other add-on kit has the back guns, and then the other add-on kit has the feet and the hands.
Oh, wow.
And that looks, well, with the exception of the blast off, because they didn't really do a Combiner Wars blast off.
Mm-hmm. There's old Devitator, or Bruticus.
Yeah, so pretty badass Bruticus. The other thing is, when you do them in robots, you can separate the feet, and the feet will fold out to become machine guns, like your awesome machine guns. So is he still put together and everything? No
He's
breakage?
still, for the most part, put together, yeah. There's the extra arm.
Okay.
Or the actual arm here. Let me attach it, because blast off wasn't attached here. Hopefully we can see him. All right. Where is the attaché? Ah, right there. Should slide right in, yeah?
But there's your Combiner Wars.
Thank you so much. I will take good care of them. Oh, something fell.
That's okay. But anyway, there you go. There's the Combiner Wars Bruticus. And then you got one more gift, which I'm glad you're opening last.
I appreciate it. I've been looking for one of these.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing. And you got the extra, like the add-on kit with the extra stuff and a better head too.
Is that the unique toys?
No, that's a Combiner Wars.
Oh,
but the Combiner Wars has so I got the extra feet and the extra back extensions and the fists. And so he looks like a G1 Bruticus should look.
That's beautiful.
And he's got the shockwave extension to hold shockwave. It's just he won't hold shockwave very well straight out. I almost have to curl him like a
yeah. Well, you could get some kiki and tighten up that joint.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as I can get this slotted in here, because the arm did kind of pop off.
There you go.
Hold on just a second here. I'll grab this other little gun right here. Because he's got, he does have the back struts, the back cannons. Which was
everybody's in here wishing y'all Merry Christmas and hope that y'all are doing well. Nobody's wishing me a happy day.
Merry Christmas, brother.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Well, as soon as we can find where this it slots in.
What came off?
One of the stacks, the big back guns.
Oh, yeah, those are huge.
There we go.
Bruticus angry.
Bruticus outnumbered, but Bruticus will win.
Bruticus always wins.
I don't know if you want to pan up on your camera to see his face and stuff.
Yeah, as soon as I get
well, Shockwave.
Onslaught was one of my favorite G1 toys. I loved that thing.
Beast.
That missile truck mode was so cool.
That is a beast.
Yeah. So there you go. There's your Combaticons.
Yeah, I love my Combaticons.
And
next to Devastator, which I have had the Devastator for quite some time, and yes, it is kind of difficult to have the Shockwave gun. So what I'm probably going to have to do is get one of those invisible things, like the shelf assists.
Yeah.
And go from there.
I always had him holding it sideways like a rifle.
Putting it in front.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hence the reason why his hand is open.
Oh, cool. That's the one. That's the Shockwave thing you were talking about. I see what you did there. Nice.
Yeah. Shockwave.
He got the extra parts. Those things, So those things were cheap. So buying the extra third-party parts, and then those are the original guns for
the back plate, right?
Yep.
All right, let me make sure that he is safe. I'm going to move him out of the way here.
Yeah, because you'll want to get to the next gift because it's your big surprise one,
dude.
It's the one that I'm not expecting.
Christmas come early for you, bro. You got all kinds of cool swag. It's awesome, man.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm glad he's opening up on a live stream. That's kind of cool. Thanks, David, for letting us do that.
I wanted to do it. I said I was going to do it.
Man, Rob, you are a cool freaking friend, man. That's some thought. That's awesome. We used to do a grab bag on the message board I hung out with. We had a little sub forum where we posted a bunch of spam because we were just silly. There was the serious Transformers talk, and then they made a little forum for us to go in there and just post spam and stupid stuff. So all of us that were in that group, we would draw names and do like a grab bag randomly, throughout the year and stuff, and send people different things, send them like a box full of, Transformers and stuff. Like I went one time, I got a dude and I went and he had posted pictures of his collection. So I looked through all the pictures I could find to try to see if I could find something he didn't have that I had. And he didn't have an RID Megatron and I had one. So I sent him that.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah. That was just neat. And I had another guy who got my name. And this was, before there was a Masterpiece Sideswipe, this guy used to make.
So I'm going to go out on a limb and guess this one here.
Yes.
Given the fact that I have a Stunticon over here, the extra one, I'm going to assume that this is Menasor. Am I
right? You're opening him?
Yep.
Because you said you wanted the Combining War Stunticons.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, this one has the custom feet and hands, the custom sword, the custom.
Oh, I
head.
see it. Look at that. Mm.
Dude, did you ever see? I had the Combiner War Stunticons, but I bought that third-party Motormaster that it looked a lot like the G1 toy. It was Lone Wolf.
Oh, really? Yeah, you got Lone Wolf?
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome because I was going to drop the bad news that my G1 Menasor was one of my robots that I lost in the fall.
I love that G1 Motormaster. I loved all of this.
Yeah,
but Motormaster was so cool.
This somewhat makes up for it, huh?
This makes up for it.
I mean, having a truck cab for feet, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, it's badass.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's got the add-on kits too, which are really good. I thought the head sculpt looks so much better.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you show him to the
very
camera.
Happy. He is ready for combat.
So now you got, because you wanted Bruticus and then you wanted Menasor, and so I thought, you know what? Here you go. Oh, did Wild Rider fall out?
Wild Rider always fell out.
I'm Wild Rider, and I'm gonna bust something up.
Good old Wild Rider. Hold on, I gotta slot him in.
At least they didn't.
The thing about these robots is they are very, very delicate.
Yeah, I'm just glad they didn't break.
Yeah, me too.
You can always try to monkey around with different things to tighten joints. Clear fingernail polish. I did all kinds of stuff with Combiner Wars Devastator because for some reason they don't like to put strong knees or strong shoulders and all kinds, or for combined modes for a lot of things.
Oh no, they just said that his electricity went out.
What? Why? They cut his power? Well, that's terrible. Well, that sucks.
I don't know. Maybe he's got a storm or something, or maybe he had a brand out.
Mm-hmm.
Let me.
That stinks.
No, he's in San Antonio, so if it was a brownout, you know. You would know. There we go. So I think I put the foot on backwards, but oh well.
Those are the perfect effect feet and hands, aren't they? Yeah, those things are those things are good.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you kind of scroll up, he stands better than Bruticus, I think. But
yeah, he does.
I
head
gave you
is
the guy that you could put in his chest, but I thought the closed chest looks better on him anyway.
Man,
Closed
that
chest
head
does
sculpt
look
is
better.
Man, that head sculpt is so
Look at him. He's a walking Crest commercial.
Yeah, it looks better, and I got the back padding too. It makes it look so much better.
That is cool, man.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Yeah,
you're back, man.
Okay, I don't know what happened. The electricity just went off and came back on.
I thought for a second there, shit happened, and I'm like, oh my god, don't tell me they're cutting your power out too.
Yeah, that's what I was afraid of, but it came on after 5 seconds, so I don't know what happened, but
Probably a brown out.
anyway.
There we go. This was a surprise, Brandon. Check it out.
That's awesome. That's beautiful, man.
And of course, we got the pistol that goes to. I think that's not Slicer. That's Slicer. No, it ain't. That's I can't remember his name.
Which one?
Right shoulder.
What?
Left shoulder.
Right shoulder. That's
Is
Wild Rider. No. Dead end. Or not. Drag strip. Drag strip.
Drag strip. Yeah.
What is
no drag strip? Drag strip's left shoulder.
Is Wild Rider?
Wild Rider. No. Dead end is the red car on the left.
And drag strips on the right.
Right. And then Breakdown is the Lamborghini on the right, and Wild Rider is on the left.
Now, is Wild Rider, is that a Ferrari or a Lotus? I can't remember.
He's a Ferrari.
He's a Ferrari. I thought he was. He's not. It's not the Magnum model Ferrari. I think it's a little newer than that. But I think it's a 3-something. I was trying to.
Yeah.
I love cars.
I wish it was a Testarossa, but
I don't know. I love that 318. I think it's a 318, like Magnum's car. I remember a couple of times in college and stuff, because I just love cars. I'd pick up a DuPont registry and just look through, because it would have like, Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and stuff like that in there, rather than like that. I get the old car trader too, but it was nice to go looking at, and then Vipers, and you could see. Because I was like, man, I wonder if I could get me a side swipe, get an 80, a side swipe is probably like an 83.
Speaking of which, I'm really excited about the DX9 side swipe.
Yeah, MP12 does need an update, doesn't he?
Oh, yeah.
No, the side swipe.
Thank
you
so much, Robert. That's the first time I've gotten like toys for Christmas in 10, 20, or 10, 12 years.
That's awesome, dude.
Merry Christmas, man. That's awesome.
Merry Christmas, man. I'm glad you like it.
I have a bit of a vanity issue.
Oh wait, is that a mouse? That is dope.
Iron Man. I was actually
that is so cool.
Tony, that was actually the thing that I was gonna buy you for Christmas if I had the money.
I just got this from a former coworker.
That is nice.
Well, I guess it's a good thing I didn't have the money to buy that then, because then you'd have
I would have used it. These mice, if something ever happened to this mouse, I'd have the other mouse. I keep my gifts. I do my best to make sure that whenever I have a gift, I take care of it. I keep it. I don't ever get rid of it.
Well, I want to do something.
If you're gifted something, appreciate it.
Yeah.
I just thought that. Yeah. I just didn't know you had it.
Tony, I'm so glad you like the gifts, man.
I'm very happy.
That
made me genuinely smile for the first time in a hot minute.
Hey, man, I'm excited for you. That is a sweet, sweet haul.
Yeah, he knows I'm a sucker for them combiners.
Hey,
well, you like the Combiner War figures, and I have them, so.
That's awesome. I wish I still had my Devastator. I actually ended up giving it to Goodwill, so.
Oh, no.
I'm gonna sell mine. I got the Perfect Effect add-ons for it that give you the big Mixmaster cab and the shoulders. I had to put a couple of in the shoulders sagged a little bit, so I wound up getting a couple of pieces of metal. I forgot what I got them from, and I wedged it in there inside that ratchet that would hold him up so that his arms would sit up straight.
Yeah,
did a few, and had to touch up a few things there with little nail polish here and there.
7 o'clock. I'm going to go ahead.
I was going to say, go ahead and do what you need to do, Tony.
Well, I'm going to bump my timer up a little bit.
Well, plug your channel, and we're going to raid you. So,
yeah, brother.
Absolute
blast hanging out.
I sing songs. I do voices. I occasionally have a drink. And I'm Iron Man. If you like variety entertainment, I definitely do that. If you like open panel discussions, I definitely do that. If you like gameplay videos, I definitely do that. If you like memes, I have those in spades. I'm a little bit of everything. I'm kind of an everyman nowadays with YouTube. I mean, I'm not blowing stuff up or dropping a bowling ball from 5 or 6 feet in the air. But, oops, that's the StreamYard link. Oopsie. Hold on just a tick. And of course, you all are more than welcome to join me here in about 10 minutes.
We'll be there.
If you guys have nothing better to, I want, especially you, but go get some food, Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon, go get some food.
Then you can hang out with me. I'll be going for about 6 hours. So
yeah, I'll pop in probably a little bit later after I eat too. So
you bet.
Yeah, I already got it open, man. I'll be popping in myself. I'm gonna have to get me a little protein myself.
Yeah.
I was smart. I ate early. So yeah, there it is.
If Max contacts you or Suzanne or anything like that,
I'm gonna check that right now because I have my notifications on silent. So
please let me know what's up so I can figure out what to do.
Max said yes, he'll get on it.
Okay.
Before you go, real quick, and I was going to tell all you guys this. Iron Oxide and I do a stream on Sundays. Sometimes it can start a little later at like 8 Central, sometimes we can do it earlier. But it's called Space Jockeys. We do science fiction, comics, movies, TV, all kinds of stuff, but good stuff. Instead of everybody complaining about Disney and all this stuff, we go over like the classic stuff. Like we did do like, and occasionally do some new stuff. We did Alien Romulus when it came out, and we've gone over the Resident Evil games, things. But
you have the same outlook that I do. My favorite segment on Pop Culture Breakdown is the Movies We Love segment.
If you can start your stream earlier, I do Sunday night stream at 8 p.m. Radio programs. We listen to old radio programs, science fiction, horror, suspense, and stuff like that. Do a Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Speaking of which, Brandon, would you like Alistor to co-host with you at some point?
I would absolutely adore it, man. That would be perfect.
And this Sunday, I do this once a month. My panel, which includes Stark of Iron, we are doing the top 50 Christmas songs of all time this weekend at 6 o'clock Central on Sunday. So I've got a panel of Stark and I and two wonderful, lovely ladies, Agent Pepsi 1 and Heather L.
Yeah, they're awesome.
But if you guys have something sci-fi you dig, regardless of just something that you love and you want to talk about, let me know, man. We can do a whole show wrapped around whatever you want to talk about. That was the whole point, to have just do different stuff. And then
asking you a question. I think Osaka Chandal would have a lot of fun on the panel.
I'd love to be on your panel too, Rob, but
that's up
to you.
Well, I'll see if we can hook that up. So
I'm thinking of follow you on X too, Robert. It only now just occurred to me that you got your handle down there.
Well, that's not my X. That's my YouTube channel. My X channel. Yeah, if you want to follow me on X, it's a little bit different.
Yeah.
So my X handle is at TCU Frog 1103.
Yeah. And follow me on X, just at Theta Zord, so that you can follow all my videos when I post them and when I'm getting ready to stream and stuff like that.
TC Frog 1103.
TCU.
As in the university.
Oh.
TCU FROG.
There we go. Okay, cool. Yeah.
All right, Tony, I know you need to go and get that started.
A couple of years ago. So.
Yeah, I know, Tony, you need to go get that started, so I completely understand. You got to take off, man. I love you so much.
I love you too, brother. I'm going to send out links shortly to you guys. Actually, I'll just everybody here is invited.
All right.
The synopsis of the show is basically it is very, very much the chat drives the ship. And I did not put up a pre-game vote, so we'll have to the show might go about an hour later. So with that, let me grab the linky poo.
Yeah. God bless you and Merry Christmas, man.
I think I'm subscribed to you on YouTube. Wait a second, let me check. No, I'm not, but I am now.
Thank you, sir.
Now I'm subscribed to all of you dudes.
Right on, right on. Appreciate you.
Yeah, Stark, can you put a link to my channel? I put the but I can't on my iPad. I can't.
Yeah. Well, I'm IR Wrench here as well. So I would do
Twist
that.
the wrench. You're a mean one, Mr. Wrench. By the way, Christmas in Hollis has got to be somewhere in that top 50 Christmas songs.
Oh yeah.
Christmas in where?
Hollis. The Run DMC song from this in Die Hard.
We'll see. If
There you
watch
go.
it on Sunday, you'll find out.
Yeah.
Alrighty then. There's Rob Wright's channel. I'm gonna make like a tree and get out of here. And
Yeah,
well,
we'll go ahead and close this up and raid you. We
Yep.
only have a few people here, but we'll raid you much the same.
Roger that. You guys have a link in the backstage here. I'm gonna actually
Yep.
go ahead and copy that again
Cool.
and
All right.
send those out. So see
Well-
you all in a tick.
Well,
All
to
right.
everybody watching, hope you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed Transformers. Help Theta Zord out. Go to Stark of Iron's channel. He'll have some information, but Theta Zord also has a link that goes to like his PayPal. Is it PayPal or is it
It's PayPal.
his PayPal? But also we're getting something put together for him. GoFundMe for him to give him some support. You saw some of the drama unfolding while we were live. So Theta Zord's going to be able to handle it, though. He's going to be okay, but he still needs a lot of help. So, folks, if you could help him out. And then our buddy Stark of Iron, please support him. He still needs some help, too. He's fortunately got himself in a new place, which is great, but he's still got a long way to go. It's the time of season when we should definitely give and think about others and love on our brothers and sisters out there, too. Because that's what really matters is how much we can really love and help on people. And if you don't have the funds to support, that's okay. A prayer is just as important as a donation.
Exactly. That's what I was about to say. If you broke like me, pray. But I might be able to scrape up something. I'm going to go double check, man. I may be able to dude, it may not be much, but I gotta support you, brother. I'm like, you're gonna be good. You're gonna be good, dude. I know you are. I just, how you just know. You know how when you have this like peace, things.
Yeah.
Or certain things you're gonna be fine, man. I know you are.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You're good.
I've been working so hard to try and get this, try and entertain stuff. But anyway. I'll let you go, Tony. I have an end video that if y'all want to stay and watch, y'all
Cool,
can
I will. And we'll talk a little bit backstage real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the link to my show is already in the private chat. It's ready.
And
can you care if I join or something later?
I wouldn't have sent the link to the chat.
I just want to make sure,
I
man.
wasn't
This is the first time you
inviting
streamed. I am kind of an obnoxious lunatic.
I invite people. I like hanging out with people. So
Sakatan doll, go ahead and message me on X if you want to know, and I'll kind of break it down a little bit. But we kind of already got into like a 30-minute.
Speaking of which, if Osaka has a moment, I know she normally works on Thursdays, but we'll do that there.
Okay. Well, hey guys, no worries.
Right. God bless you. Merry Christmas. Praise the Lord. Thank you so much for your prayer earlier, Robert. It's been a pleasure. It was such a godsend that you messaged me and got this together. I don't know what would have happened if I didn't have y'all here while this happened to kind of hold me together as much as possible anyway. So thank you. And Tony, I know you got to go. So go ahead and take off and get your channel started, and we'll be over there in just a minute.
You bet. All right, brother. God bless.
God
bless you.
See you guys
later, brother.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and play the end cap, and if y'all want to stay for the backstage and chat a minute, then feel free.
Yeah. Sure.
All right. May the power protect you all till all are one. Roll out.
All are one.
Power up it's a show, so he knows. The Theta Ranger morphs knowledge of our foes. Gadgets, gizmos, a crystal from the net. Analyzing every clue, never breaks the sweat. From animated sci-fi treasures to explore. With Theta stored by his side, he's ready for more. Theta thunder, power strong. Brains and wrong, can't go wrong. If you warrior fight the fight, the Theta Ranger lights the night. History of games, consoles, ancient lore. Finding strength and wisdom, always seeking more. Guardians of the universe, knowledge is the key. Theta Ranger monsters, all that keep us so free. Virtual world, pixel dreams, and theory streams. Decoding complex thoughts and reveling schemes. Comic panels, pages, web of actual tales. With wisdom and power,